Hey, everybody. Sorry. Everybody.
She has to say hi to her peoples. She's got fans.
How is everyone doing tonight?
Oh, lovely.
Oh, I don't even see the chat. Okay, I feel better. I see the chat now.
Just lovely. Peachy.
Brooklyn looking all glamorous with her hair
You
down.
got your hair down tonight, huh?
I know. I'm even putting makeup on for you all lately. I mean, I hope you all appreciate that.
I mean, I would like to see you with a little something, something.
I do have something. Like more something?
More something.
Okay. I'll work on it.
What's going on, peeps?
Let's say hi to everybody. We have a couple of things to discuss.
Sure.
And then we'll get into it. Hi, Wendy. Wendy is back to
Wendy.
night school. So I hope that night school went well tonight, Wendy. Michelle, hi. Ruth Ann. What is this? An old episode of Juicy Scoop and how they talked about you. Well, it was either one of two times. It was either when I did the Sister Wives thing or the paid-in interview. I think that's a couple of times.
Oh, the Dimitri thing?
Yeah, that was from years ago.
That was good.
Hi, Ellie. Tonight's Ellie's birthday. Well, today's Ellie's
birthday. Happy.
And also in the Yates Collective, it's Addie's birthday. So
happy birthday, Ellie. Happy birthday, Addie.
Happy birthday, girl.
We have a double birthday in the house. I think Teddy's birthday is possibly tomorrow. I'm not sure.
Tomorrow was yesterday.
Wait, who?
It was either yesterday or tomorrow.
No, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay.
No, she was live with us yesterday. Wouldn't she have said so if it was her birthday?
It's not. It wasn't yesterday.
Okay, so then it's tomorrow.
Hey, videos, Roro, Jay Farik,
Michelle, videos, fun.
Lizzie Pop,
Roro,
Linda S, Christina B, Tony Ann, Lisa G, Cat Lover.
Well, you're pretty good at this. Teddy's here. I saw her.
Of and I still don't get it right. Sherry, Susie Q, Ari Sue re-upped. Thank you. That's me. Tanya.
Jay Free.
Pamela. Jewel. Dishwit Mish. Oh, you caught another one. Dish. Happy to see you.
Cherry.
Pamela. I think that's it. I think we're good. I think we hit everybody.
So that's fun to say. Kila
Bila. So I have to have for Addie. I have to have my scoop and mayo for her since it's her birthday.
Okay, I'll look down again.
Yeah.
Using my squeeze bottle, which I really don't care for all that much, to be honest with you. Last time I get one of these Hellman squeeze bottles, but happy birthday, Addie.
The only reason I get the squeeze bottle is because of the size, because it's just my mom and I, and we don't eat it with a spoon.
Wicked is your mom.
Thank you, Ro. Ro gave you $9.99 for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I was talking to Julie earlier about
because I can always count on Ro. You understand? That's my girl.
I know.
And Wendy
and
Susie. I love them all.
You are loved.
We need a meet and greet.
I agree.
Happy birthday, Ellie.
What was I gonna do? Oh shoot, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. I was talking to Julie earlier on the phone about like the whole mayo thing, and she's like, I don't know how you do it. I'm like, and it's weird because I'll never eat like a spoonful of ketchup or a spoonful of mustard, but I don't know what
is quite disgusting.
I don't know what it is about mayo, but like, and I really don't like mayo all that much, to be honest with you. I don't use it all that often. But I don't know. My little spoonful of mayo.
You can eat a spoonful.
I love mayo, but the thought of eating like even if I'm eating a sandwich, you know, and there's like a gulp of it that I get in my mouth, I'm like, oh, I spit it, you know.
Well, even when I do tuna fish, I make it really towards the dry side. I don't like floppy mayonnaise.
That's so weird.
I won't like, and if I go out like or order a tuna fish sandwich from like a deli or whatever, I'm like, is it mayonnaise? Because if it is, I don't want it. Like I don't like mayonnaise potato salad. I don't know. It's weird, but
It's a
It's kind of on the
Yatesism.
dry side
it
too.
is. Teddy, is it your birthday as well? Do we have 3?
Tomorrow, she said at midnight she
See,
turns
I told
50.
you.
All of you Yatesians, all birthdays today.
Telling
So
you.
happy birthday, everybody. So let's see, what do we got here on the schedule tonight? Oh, Statler.
You said you had some tea or business to take care of.
No, the birthdays was, I think.
Okay.
I'm trying to convince Brooklyn girl to come with me to the Jersey softball game next week, but I don't know if she can make it. Everyone tell her she needs to go. Because, the Real Housewives of New Jersey plays their celebrity softball game at Coney Island every year. And it's it's on the show, just saying. It's always filmed. I'm trying to sweeten the pot, but, might be there in the background when we cover it. Wouldn't that be fun? Because I would ask for a call in. Hey, one of my friends from the show, looking for dugout access.
Wicked.
Thank you,
Addie's here.
Oh, and there's our other birthday girl, Addie.
Hi, Addie. Happy birthday, babe.
You are missed, but I'm glad she's in the chat. It's been a hot minute since I've seen her in the chat. She was there last night, but.
All right, so God, I would rather talk about mayonnaise and softball games than this awful show. But I guess I can't delay it any more than I already can.
I mean, Yates, this should be ending soon.
From your lips to God's ears.
I mean, we're on to episode 10 or 11, so the tell-all should be coming up soon.
Okay. Yeah, I hope so. And I'm in a little crappy mood tonight. And Brooklyn, before we started the live, she's like, "What's wrong with you? You're monotone." I'm like in a bad mood. But since I don't want to talk about the show yet, I'll share to you guys why I'm in a bad mood, because me and Cody just had a little tiff, and I'll tell you why.
A tiff?
A little tiff, just like a little. So we were gonna make Big Ziti tonight. We don't make it all that often because it's work.
Yeah, it's work. It is.
And we usually don't make sauce from scratch. We'll just usually buy jarred sauce. I know we're horrible Italians. I know. But when I go to Brooklyn,
I skeeve.
No, but we get the high-end ones, like the Rayos or the Victorias. We don't get the Stop and Shop brand. We don't use ragu. I'm sorry to all you ragu people, but that's out of the question. So Cody ran to the store and he got sauce that was on sale. And this was about maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes ago or maybe a half hour ago. And I'm in the kitchen. I'm as soon as the live is over, we'll get it going. Because, we eat at the worst time. We eat at midnight. So, and then Brooklyn, you're going to die when you see the sauce that he
I'm already disgusted, by the way.
And I agree with you. I'm not a fan of the Rayos.
Evil.
Not at all.
I don't like any of it.
And this is a brand that we've never gotten before, which I'm leery of first off. So
okay,
I go in the kitchen because you need your regard, and we put we make our Big Ziti with meat. We put make it give it a little punch, right? So I go into the kitchen and I see this abomination sitting on the counter, and I'm like, "What the F is this?" Because I'm trying to be good. And Cody's like, "It was on sale. It was $15 marked down to $4." I'm like, "Well, that should have been your first clue."
15 to 4? It's probably rancid.
Look, Botticelli vegan bolognese. And I went off on it.
Here's what I'm gonna
I'm
say.
like, what is this abomination?
Here's what I have to say, though. Botticelli is actually a good brand name, but I
actually did buy 2 regular Botticelli marinaras. But first off, we already have meat, real meat, in the Big Ziti in the sauce. So then your idea was to get vegan, soy, whatever they put in this, and add it.
Yeah,
And
I would. Yeah, I wouldn't. The whole.
look
Not
at
so
this.
sure I want
Vegan
some.
bolognese sauce. Like,
It
I'm
might
like,
be delicious.
vegan? We've never had vegan
like-
anything. We love meat in this house. Like, we are big meat eaters.
So let me ask you, what are the particles that
Ooh, not particles.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Cody,
So either take
I'm
it-
laughing. We're
either
all
take it-
laughing at.
Oh, he's muted.
Oh, I love Cody. He knows that, but I need to know
And
what
he
the
muted
particles
himself.
are.
You muted. You're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, I heard a fuck you. That's not nice. You're muted. Oh, now he's off camera. Oh, now we can't have this talk.
Here we go. Fighting over the meat.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
means
Cody-
you have a plant-based soy.
You know, Cody takes his cooking very serious.
Yes. I got it was Kind the other day, the brand name Kind, and I guess it's plant-based because of the nuts, but it's like dark chocolate. It has vanilla, cashews. Oh my God, it's delicious. It's kind
Oh
of
yeah,
pricey.
I know what you're talking about. They're
Yeah. Oh
delicious.
my God, it is delicious.
Like the bars.
This isn't the bars. It's just like kind of crumbles. I posted it on my Instagram the other day, and it is delicious. But you got to be careful with how much you eat, just because it's a little rough on the
It's
tummy.
tons of carbs, right?
I didn't look.
Yeah.
I probably should. I really don't care about carbs. I really don't.
Go,
I'm-
girl. You go. Good for you.
I
Good
mean,
for you.
when I'm changing my schedule starting September 4th, I am going to start like walking and stuff. Just, lose my third ass that I got.
Do you know what crumble cookies are? Do you have one by you?
No, we don't have that.
Okay, I don't know if anybody in the chat, if they have crumble. It's like the pink
I
backdrop.
saw Bethany Frankel had it, and she was having a cookie thing.
Okay, so the cookies are like big, right? And a client of mine is a partner there, and she was here today. And she was like, yeah, we were talking about the flavors. Every week they have different flavors, and everything's fresh, and they use top of the line stuff, and they're delicious. But she said we sell a cutter so you can cut them in like fourths,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I usually have a fourth. And she said, well, having a fourth is about having like 3 cookies. I said, what? She said, well, each cookie is about 102 grams of fat. I said, what?
102 grams of
102
Wow.
grams for one crumble cookie. So that's like 4 days on a diet for one cookie. Can you imagine?
That's like you have your quarter of a cookie and water. That's what
And
you have for the
quarter
day.
Cookies is a lot. I mean, the quarter. Yeah, and they're like $5 a cookie. And she was saying she had someone order, like they have the mini ones, and someone ordered 700 of them.
Oh my.
And they're like, the little ones are like $3 each. And I mean, they go is my point, but 102 grams of fat. Can you imagine?
Yeah. It's like, here's your serving for the day. Now go run, because you're not allowed to have any other food. You can have air and water. That's it.
Insane.
Yes. Insane.
So what'd you think about the episode?
It's I think it's funny. I mean, like, if these people really think they're gonna last beyond the show,
Let me tell you, that one girl, the Filipino girl, the young one,
the Violet or Sheila.
Sheila lives with her grandparents, right?
Sheila is the one who's dating David, who is deaf.
No.
The other one, that's Violet and Riley.
Violet, I was like on the shelf with her a little bit, but he's crazy. Like,
Oh yeah.
1 minute he's like nice, and then 2 seconds later he's ready to pounce.
But she's like, you can tell she's vindictive. Oh my God. You can
Well, he knew what he was doing, putting her on the phone with his friend. He did it on purpose. They were having a really great date. They were getting along. So why'd you do that in that moment?
True.
Why'd you set her up when things were going so great and you were enjoying each other's company? It's like he's looking for drama. I don't know if it's because he's being filmed.
Yeah,
Or,
he can never,
You know,
like,
he's
they've had a fight, like, and they fight, he gets mad, he walks away, she gets mad, she walks away. It's just like this. Have they had a peaceful day yet?
No. And they are by far to me the weird. I mean, the couples are all weird, but
Yeah.
they are the weirdest because they, in a million years, out of a million people, I wouldn't put those two together.
No,
Like
not.
if they were the last ones walking the planet. It's the weirdest thing when you see couples like that,
Yeah. It's like if they're the future of mankind is on their shoulders, then we're all just going to die because we're not going to procreate.
It's totally over. We're done.
I hope John and Cody are okay.
I know. I don't know where they do. I'm telling you, I guess they take that sauce. I really hope they're not fighting over sauce.
Yeah.
That would just be like almost a sin.
True. So tell us about your vacation.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay.
Sorry. We were having an aside and everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's been made up.
All right. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I'm sorry about that.
No, everything's fine.
Everything's
I just
fine.
didn't know if he beat you with
see,
a
he's
toilet
right
paper
here.
roll or
No,
something.
everything's fine, y'all.
So we're good. All right, let's get this stupid recap.
Clearly, we can't. We are nothing without you.
Hold on.
Intro.
And can I tell you, people were dying. I've had a couple people reach out to me about last night. They said your impersonation of Ed and the whole Cobra Kai.
Oh my God.
dead. Absolutely.
You were
dead.
there last night. Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to spice it up lately. You got to do what you got to do. So
Ed was on point. I
got
loved
a
it.
message from actually one of my friend in real life's mother, because I'm on Facebook, and don't try and friend request me on Facebook because I only let people I really know in real life on there. So I have 8 million friend requests. I used to have 5,000 followers on there, and I deleted. I'm down to 350. So it's only people I know.
You have a personal connection.
Yeah. And I I have a lot of followers everywhere else. Facebook is the only thing. It's your bedroom for me. It's sacred.
The only thing you have left.
I just need one portal of technology where it's people
Just
I know and they know me, and I'm not a big piece of shit 24/7, that type of stuff.
Right.
So one of my friends' moms DM'd me on Facebook, and she was like, it was the show we did on Monday about what we do on Monday, Sister Wives. And what did she tell? She's like, I peed my pants.
We were good. What do you mean? You were excellent.
What did she tell me? Hold on, let me look at the message.
I hope she liked me.
Oh, she loves it. She doesn't know what she's doing. She wanted to type, and I'm like, you have to become a member. She doesn't know,
Right.
But she goes, you had me rolling on the ground with the whole Cody Wuhan thing.
You do give some zingers that are freaking hilarious. You know what it is? You're quick with that shit.
Yeah.
I try. So
you're very quick-witted.
It was, I like getting compliments like that, especially from people I never think that would
watch it.
I had no idea my friend's mom was watching me to begin with, so that was a compliment in itself. And
absolutely.
But yeah, all right, so let's get into the show. Let me see what I can come up with tonight.
Okay.
Let me play the other thing.
You have plenty of material.
We do. Let's see what comes out of my mouth tonight. Here we go.
That one on. He is. He's fabulous. And he's on the inside scoop. Pull that one on. And he's on the inside scoop.
So fast, me and Criddle were laughing last night. I know that most of you don't watch Bravo, but I posted some ridiculous story that Teresa was pregnant. And I'm like, it's true.
Oh my gosh, just because he's holding her stomach. Give me a break.
And me and Criddle were going back and forth in the comments. It was funny. Oh my God, if you just look at that post, I didn't care. I'm like, screw it. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna say stuff. That's That's what originally got me popular. Like I just
That's
was
right.
on my
Gotta
mind,
go
and
back to the original method.
Yeah.
and in the past few years, I have like because everyone gets pissed off and offended
Censor
at
yourself.
everything anyone says. Like some woman in like the Asuelu, the post I posted about Kalani Asuelu and Dallas, and like, what do you mean that Kalani has a type? Like, what does that mean? And I'm like, okay, social
He
justice
does.
warrior.
Oh my
Like they
gosh.
look like twins. I'm sorry if you don't see it. But everyone's like just they love getting offended.
My cousin Joe. Yeah, I think also people do that because they want your attention. You know,
True.
it's not so
I
much
just
Well,
I
they
just
wanna
block
fight.
them. Bye.
yeah, but it's not so much that they're trying to troll. It's just like they're seeking your attention.
So yeah, they got it.
You know.
You get blocked. I'm like, I don't care about if I'm losing followers or whatever. I'd rather have a bunch of cool people on my page having fun. Like you can't make a joke. You know, it is.
You can't
So
always be politically correct. I mean,
what? Well, I'm not, and we all know that. So it
And
is what
that's
it is.
not the kind of show this is. End of
No.
story.
Sorry.
End of story.
That's it. All right. So who do we want to cover first? We have. Let me see. Let me see tonight's lineup. We have Riley and Violet. Ugh. Gino and Jasmine. Ugh. David and I actually like David. Poor guy. He got stuck on the wrong show. Misha and Nicola. I think we should say Statler for first because I have a couple things to say. Statler for last. I think I have a couple.
Ooh, I want to know what you got to
say about her. And Cleo and Christian. Where do you guys want to start?
Cleo and Christian were kind of short, and so were Misha and Nicole.
I don't think I could start with Cleo and Christian because something might come out of my mouth, and I don't know.
Now I want to start. Now I want to start with them.
Do you want to do Misha and Nicola?
No,
all right,
Cleo
let's do
and Christian.
No, let's do. We're gonna do Misha. All right, so
okay. So, you know, Misha is glamorous even when fishing. I thought it was
first
funny.
off, that ocean, the sea, the Mediterranean Sea, where they were fishing, was so breathtaking.
Yes,
like
it was.
I was
Yeah,
like,
it's absolutely gorgeous.
I pictured like that, like that's what a Kevin looks like. It was just with the rock. It was so beautiful. Like
it is the Holy Land, right?
Yeah, like it was amazing. You know, so I mean, like I was telling Cody, I'm like, we should start fishing, because like this looks like fun.
What kind of fish are you going to get there?
That's what I said.
But I mean, it's like he's got this little dinky pole, you know, it's like you picked it up in the kids' toy aisle and, you know, it didn't even have a reel on it.
Usually fish don't swim that close to the shore, right? Like,
but I was like, what?
Don't look at me. This is not my topic.
But I mean, it did. It didn't look like an expensive for a fisherman. You think he would have like a nice rod and reel, but it was just.
Jesus was also a fisherman, and he, you know,
True.
he did with a lot less.
Of course, you know.
And I'm sorry, I'm a big Catholic too, and I don't even want to make fun and poke, but like, come on.
And Jesus was there. Yeah, it's just. I get that, you know, they are both very religious and to a point, but you know,
it's nauseating. It's actually nauseating.
You know, a Bible thumper is what we used to call him, you know.
No, that's what I still call them. So
but I did. Does anyone know what kind of fish that they get in the? Because they're in Israel, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna have to Google that. So you guys talk a little longer.
All right. So, you know, the fishing doesn't last that long because, like, 2 seconds in, she falls down on the rock, and like, you know. I have to give Misha credit for like getting up.
I give Misha a lot of credit.
Yeah, both their knees were bleeding. And Nicola was like, "We gotta get you home and get ba 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 ba," and she's like, "I'm fine." And it was like, it's a scrape, like, you know.
He's so dramatic.
He really was, and she's like, "It's fine," you know.
But I mean, I give her credit for a lot more than just that, but that's I'll comment on that when you're done.
So, you know, the fishing excursions cut short, and then Nicola, you know, in his confessional saying, that first and last time I ever take her fishing. All right, what?
I don't even know why she wants to go fishing with you, but okay. Okay.
And then, so pretty much like the next thing is like, you know, her talking to him about meeting the family, and like the brothers still don't know. And Nicola Nicola. I'm sorry. That's
You
always
can't not do it. You can't. You
I
gotta
just
do it.
can't. And he's never brought a woman home, and he's like 103. Like he's older than Dumbledore,
Yep.
but he's never brought somebody home to his parents because he's a the 47-year-old virgin,
Right.
and he takes his religion very seriously, clearly. So, but if you did do that, Nicola, why did you hit up some divorced woman with 2 kids? Like,
True.
didn't you think that might be an issue down the road? Like,
I mean, but seriously, what does his family think? Like, is he going to find this magical unicorn? Okay, so the type of fish that they have, there are some names that I can't pronounce, but they have red mullets, they have sardines, anchovies, Atlantic horse.
everything you just said
mackerel.
are things that like I don't want to eat.
Right.
Like, sorry, I'm not going to fish for sardines and anchovies.
Yeah.
I'm not my great grandmother. I don't eat any of that. So, Brooklyn, your grandparents must have eaten a sardine can.
So
I
we
know they
make.
did.
So my mom is Sicilian, and we make. It's actually delicious. My mom doesn't make it, but her family does. It's something called pasta gusarde, and a lot of Sicilians know pasta gusarde, and it's spaghetti, thick tuberlini, and it's sardines crushed in sauce, and it's so good. And I know it sounds disgusting, but it's delicious, and that's the only way I'll jump on a sardine. That's
All
it.
I've
I
never
might
had a
try it
sardine.
once on your
I wanna
recommendation,
try.
but no.
Yeah, but, and also I didn't I think I wasn't here last week for this or I wasn't feeling well, but last week was when she asked him to translate for her, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, for his mother.
Yeah.
Well, that happens tonight.
Oh, that was because I watched it. I couldn't remember if it was last week or this week. Okay.
All right. So, next scene, it's her going to the mom's house.
He's kind of pushy, like she's, asking him what to wear, and he's like, "Wear your Sunday best, but hurry up, get dressed, and get out here."
It was awful. Like from start to finish, I was sitting there going, what is this girl doing? And why is she doing it? She's stunning. She's steadfast in her religion. She knows who she is.
By the way, he's here. So, or he was here. He was. I don't know if he's still, but like and I didn't post it. But they were spotted together. She's from Michigan or Minnesota, one of those M states.
Minnesota.
Yeah. And they were spotted together here. So I don't know if he's still here, but I guess they're still. And this is like maybe a couple of weeks ago or whatever.
Was that like as a visit, or
I don't know. But then again, that's my job to find that out.
I'm just saying, I'm watching it and I'm like, she's absolutely stunning. She's literally flawless. This guy is, let's be honest, not good looking. And I wanted to like him in the beginning. I'm like, all right, but she sees past that. Then he's telling her what to wear. Fine, I get it. Okay. He brings her home. The mom is a little strange. And he sits there and what was that about? Like, he doesn't want to translate for her. He's rude to her. Like, that's why you're 45, 50 years old and you've never had a girlfriend. He's petrified of them and he's treating her kind of like crap.
I didn't know whose side to take on that. Like, because I felt kind of like I was like going back and forth, like, the whole time. Because at times I thought that Nisha was being a little too pushy, like, trans and like, her expressions and like, you don't just because you don't understand the language, you could read body language and like facial expressions, right? So I thought,
I don't know. She doesn't understand when you.
I get that, but you're also trying to impress his very Catholic mother, who like is already.
But she's not very Catholic, right? He's the only one,
right?
He's not. She's not very Catholic,
right? But he's the only like hardcore traditional Catholic. His grandmother, I believe, was the Catholic nun, but his family's not. They're very traditional.
And here's the thing, like, I was remembering in that scene, bringing my husband to Italy for the first time, and here's this, like, American kid, blonde hair, blue eyes, didn't speak a word at that time, not a word. And he was like, Phyllis, like, please, like, back me up, whatever. And I was like, okay, like, I'll do my best, and I literally got annoyed a little bit, but I was nice about it because I didn't want him to constantly feel so out of place, and he did anyway. I couldn't repeat every word he said. Yeah, it's fine. I couldn't repeat every word he said. Like, I couldn't do that, it's very hard. And he's sitting there like,
Well, and I mean, she's just, I thought she was a little pushy, but it's like, it's so awkward. She's sitting there, she's talking with his mom, and his mom's just like, why is this girl in my living room?
And then, like, the mom was like, you could tell the mom was kind of over it, because then she's like, I had to go, I had to go make grape leaves.
Yeah,
or,
that's
like,
what
whatever that
I'm
was
saying.
called.
Like, right out the gate, the mom was like, I don't want to say a little rude, but she was rough. And
Yeah.
And she's trying. How do you talk to a woman that doesn't speak a word of your language, and now your boyfriend is like, nah, I'm not doing it. Sorry, I'm not doing it.
But he didn't even introduce him like, Mom, this is my special friend Misha.
I was on her side on that.
This is the hooker I picked up outside. Nothing.
He was petrified. He was petrified.
Again, I get Misha wanting to make the most perfect first impression possible, but she was being a little pushy. And again, if it were anywhere else, I would agree with her. Like, he's not doing, you're all sitting there like with just some looks on your face. But I could tell, like, the mom was picking up on the vibes between the both of them, and the mom was like, peace out, I'm making grape leaves, or whatever she called it. I forget the name of it. I think they're both at fault, honestly. I don't know.
The brothers are like, okay, who are you? Like, what's going on? I mean, I cannot believe that they have been in a relationship for 7 years, and this is on him, because he hasn't even mentioned like, oh, hey, I'm talking to someone. He is so concerned how his family is going to react to her being,
anything
divorcee American, that he's not even given them a chance to either like her or hate her.
And let's be honest, she's beautiful, and any man would want to be with her pretty much, and that's what he's doing, and I don't understand it.
Right. I mean, he's like so sure that they're going to hate her that I don't think he's really helping.
Yeah, I felt bad for her. I did. She's like lost in that scene.
Right.
If I had to like pick someone to feel more sorry for, it would have been Misha. Like, I'll give her like,
I get it.
I'll give her like 60-40. I'll tilt the scales like more in her favor. But
I just, as a woman, you want, it's very important for her to make a good impression, because she does want him, them to like her. And she seems a little bit more marriage minded than him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because he hasn't had a relationship or had a girlfriend, or if he is just so closed off with his family that he doesn't know what to do.
But like, him being like this virgin, right? And so Catholic, you would think that he would want somebody like that. Like, I know, how old is Misha? Like 42, 43, like around.
She's in her 40s.
I would think if I were him, if that you'd want to procreate, because super Catholics, that's that's your job, right? So why I don't know. There are cracks all over the place with this story, like and like they've been talking for 7 years, and 7 years, like I saw the pictures of him. He wasn't like all that horrible looking. I mean, not my type ever, but I don't know.
He's not, an ogre. He's not Ed, but he's a good looking dude.
Well,
ish.
Jury's out on that one. Did we cover everything with them?
Pretty much. The fact that he just refused to translate, and like he's like, this is, he's like a little stubborn, bull. Like, this isn't their business. I'm not going to introduce you. No. Okay, then why did you ask her there?
Yeah, and like there's a camera crew there, and like the mom's like not understanding all of this. Like it just like all of it was in poor taste. I didn't like any of it. I didn't.
All right, and that was pretty much them.
So, all right. So, can we get Riley and Violet over with?
Sure.
Let's do it.
I can't with both of them. Like they both drive me up a wall.
Yeah, it's flight and makeup number 73,293 during this vacation.
The good thing is, like, are we going to see Tyree again?
I hope so.
We can only hope.
I want to.
Why? Do you think that him and Carmela are going to run happily ever after together?
I kind of do, John.
Wouldn't that be some shit if Tyree and Carmela run happily?
Yeah, no.
Leave it to Sharp Productions to like make that happen. All right, so Riley and Violet. So they had the phone call, the three-way with Riley's girlfriend, who we consider as family, because that's like an American thing. That's my family, but not really your family. And
that's girlfriend.
Right. Violet felt that was way too intrusive, and that she was getting interrogated.
Well, she was what she wasn't. I mean, she was just asking questions that Riley was asking, and she's still not answering. Like, okay, if you're so committed to this guy, then why did you keep your profile on this dating site? Oh, I couldn't remember the password. Okay, they have a forgot password feature. You just click that.
I think we all know there's more to that story than just like the password being forgotten. So then Riley meets some clerk inside. Who was that guy that he was talking to? Like you need to apologize.
Oh, the bartender?
Oh, a bartender. Okay. So
yeah.
Stranger. And he informs Riley that, in our culture, family's family, and, friends considered family are not family.
Do you think they told him to tell him that?
It
seems so contrived.
Oh my God! Something seems contrived on 90 Day Fiancé. Never.
Scene. Finally.
Never. That never happens. This is all 100% authentic and real, and not scripted.
I found my first contrived scene.
But here's what I don't like about Violet. Okay, like he had blocked her probably again and unblocked her, and she tells him he's sorry. But it's like, your apology isn't enough for me. You don't seem sincere enough. And he's like, okay.
No, because she knows he's not sorry.
Then she is able to tell him every horrible thing about himself. But when he asks her complicated questions, maybe he should use Google Translate. It's like, so English well enough to tell him you're,
it's
horrible,
not her
evil
mother language.
Right, exactly.
But, she can tell you what you did wrong, but she needs to have you translate in her language.
And she was not impressed with the flowers. But thank God he didn't get her some, Kohl's Cash pearls, I guess, this time around.
We should be thankful.
She should be, at least.
I just think that he was really wrong what he did. They were having a beautiful night, and out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, let's call my friend so she could, degrade you and crucify you and put you on the spot, pretty much.
100% that was wrong. 100%.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He did it on purpose.
But he also does a lot on purpose. And she calls him out later in the episode for that, because he is terrible with it. It's like, read the room, bud. You're having this great time. But in sort of his defense, he's trying to answer the questions, but she doesn't. Like, okay, how much money you got in the bank? We got to talk about those dollar bills. And, he's like, okay, I have 100,000 in the bank. And, well, is that enough for me and my family? Well, it's not.
I don't know American currency. Sorry.
We're not going to have an extravagant life, but, we're going to have a good life. But I think she's thinking, McMansion on the hill with, the
Yeah.
butler and the
Well,
maids.
is
And
Violet planning on like bringing her kids with her? Like,
yeah. Because she said in that episode, she
Aren't
was
they
like,
a little older though, Wicked?
they are older.
Yeah,
Like, they're
they
like
are
in their, like,
older.
20s, right? Like, or
That's
like
what
Right.
I thought.
But then she was like, okay, we need to, how are you going to take care of me and my girls?
Right.
So it just was, I get, but it's like,
The
why weren't
weirdest
they talking
relationship.
about this
They're
before?
the most unbelievable, weirdest relationship out of the whole thing. Like I said, if they were the last two people in the world, I wouldn't put them together.
No, no, like he should date trees.
Yeah,
they both should.
he's like always looking to pounce, and he's rough, and I don't like his personality. I really don't.
He is very aggressive.
He's so aggressive.
And I thought it was interesting that Violet wanted him to experience their culture and his religion. So they go to this Buddhist temple, but she's not Buddhist. She just
That's
likes
the
the
thing.
religion.
That's the thing. Yeah, she's like, I want to take you to my temple, and they dress up in like their temple.
Wait, that
garments.
wasn't even her temple?
And it's like me like taking Cody to like a
That
Jewish
is
temple
so weird.
Yeah. She was like,
Like-
I'm not Buddhist. I just like the religion.
or a mosque. Like this isn't, you make like I don't get it. I don't like I appreciate the religion or I respect it, but like why I don't know.
That
I don't
that
know.
was weird to me. I was like, okay,
Interesting.
yeah. And I just,
Didn't
and
even realize
okay.
that.
And maybe primarily, in her village or wherever she lives, it's primarily Buddhist or whatever, because it is a very peaceful. And maybe she thought, okay, well, if we're in church, maybe this won't go left. And maybe he won't yell at me because we're in
Like,
church.
listen, I can understand, like, all religions are beautiful and they're, every religion has something to offer everybody. Like,
It
I
wasn't
can,
even our church. What are you
but I
talking
can
about?
appreciate tenets of like the Jewish faith, the Muslim
the
faith,
heck?
whatever faith, Buddhist,
Right.
whatever, all of it. Every religion has, nice things that like,
Yes.
I see. I'm like, oh, I wish that was in my religion. But
Right.
whatever. But it wasn't even it's something you don't practice. And she made a big deal about it.
Yeah.
Do you think it was just for filming? I think it's contrived.
Another contrived
the
situation.
contrived word again. Uh-oh.
I'm
Not
starting
twice
to
in one
catch on
night.
here, Yates.
Uh-oh.
And
Uh-oh.
you think I'm not smart. I am smart.
But
Where's
it's
my girls in the chat?
But yes. Who said you weren't smart? Who said you weren't smart?
I don't know, but I think you think
Violet? Who? Honey, if I thought you were stupid, you wouldn't be up here with me. We would be friends. I don't hang out with stupid, so we're good. And I think you are one of the smartest people.
yeah.
And I certainly would not have gone out of my way to
Muffin.
meet you. So there's that too. Or invite you
I'm
to
telling you, I'm on to this show. I am on to this show.
or invite you to a televised Housewives event. But
Oh,
like
he had to throw that right in there.
sure did, because I'm smart. Anywho, so next scene after the fake religion, whatever, then they're kite flying. Like
Yes.
I've never flown a kite. Have you
What?
guys? Have any of you
No.
flown a kite?
They do the weirdest things on
Yeah,
this
I
show.
did when I was little. But it looked to be like a big thing, like it
I
was
told
almost like a
people to
festival,
fly one.
like a kite festival or
No,
something.
and if I remember correctly, back on the other way, didn't Jenna Rishi, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
They
Yes.
took him to the rooftop, and Rishi was like, kite flying's a big deal, and like and Jem's like, okay, Rishi, I'll try a kite for the first time. I miss doing her voice so much. But yeah, so I get, kite flying is a big deal in other places.
Okay, didn't know that.
So, and like, yeah, I might have fun doing it.
Inexpensive and fun.
Do they not have
Apparently.
TVs? Like what? What?
Apparently not. Everyone
Okay.
can fly a kite.
They can fly kites. They can pray together. They can do whatever they want.
Oh my
They
God,
have
Lizzie, I was thinking of that. There was a kite
people.
festival. Yeah, there was a kite festival like where people like, were getting decapitated by kites. It was like it was like
Jesus, Lizzie Pop.
no, well, that's like the first thing I think of was that festival, like when people like heads are being chopped off by rogue kites. So like I see a kite thing, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll be inside. I'm happy with my head being attached to me.
Yeah,
But no, Lizzie, you're not the only one. I remember that. So
Damn. Shoo wait. But then
it was also in India, I think, with the Rishi and Jen. Like it was India, if I remember correctly, like when people's heads were getting cut off, literally by kites. No, it's true. I didn't mean to laugh at it because it's horrible, but like it's true. But yeah, all right. So they're kite flying.
Oh crap!
And
It was strings made out of.
Oh geez, I literally just thought I sent one, and I did it. I still can't do it. This really pisses me off. Sorry.
That's okay.
Why? Okay. Why can you not send super chats from your phone? Can somebody tell me? Seriously, I'm being serious. Why?
There you go. Boom. I just sent one.
oh,
Yeah, you do it on spite.
Just wait till you read what I said, sassy pants.
Okay, but I do love you for it.
listen, I take super chats if they're from out of spite or any other reason. We're open to any super chats.
So annoying.
Here we go. Thank you, Wicked, for your spite super chat.
Oh, for your kite.
And Brooklyn. And Brooklyn.
Wait a minute. I just had an idea.
Sassy
Is
pants.
that where the term comes from? Go fly a kite because you get your head chopped off?
Oh.
No, I mean like go fly a kite, like I don't
Like,
know.
go get your head
I don't.
decapitated?
That's got nothing to do with decapitation. It's like go take a long walk off a short pier,
Oh,
type of thing.
okay. Well, you want to? Can we talk about? Can I tell you something funny for a second?
Is
guys?
it about kites? Because I'm done with this conversation.
No.
Okay, thank God.
You know what I just thought? Like maybe that's what "go fly a kite" means. Get decapitated. Okay, whatever. Anyway, the other day, my daughter says, "I know how babies are made." So I said, "Well, she's older now, right?" I said, "Oh, all right. So what's up?" She's like, "I saw it from Look Who's Talking, Mom." I said, "The movie," because we do a thing like every Friday. I have them watch, like my son did it when he was little. She's been doing it since she's little. They watch like a movie from the 90s because I want them to know we've done everything from Wizard of Oz to all the Home Alones. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Like Problem Child. We've done it all in this house. They know all kinds of things.
Problem Child.
Adventures in Babysitting. That's like a classic. You have to do that.
So they've done it all. Okay. So she's
Wait, hold on. Gina L, thank you so much.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you, Gina. Wait, I need to give Gina something special. While you're talking, go ahead. Gina L.
She says, "Yeah, Mom, it only takes one tadpole to get to one egg." So I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Don't you understand?"
Thank you, Roro.
Thank you, Roro.
Bro, you're the best. And then she goes, "Yeah, Ma, that's why they say you're 1 in a million. Get it?" I said,
swimmer.
"Oh my God, that's so fun." She's so smart. I'm like, "Yeah, maybe that is why they say you're 1 in a million."
Right. You've got that one strong swimmer.
Genius children. Genius, I tell you. Genius.
They are so much smarter than we realize.
Well,
so much
you bring up like how kids thinking like how people get pregnant. We were just watching Knocked Up like maybe like an hour before.
Love Knocked Up.
And like when like the my friend Maud Paltrow, Maud Apatow, who's Leslie Mann's daughter in the show, she was like how do babies come, and she's like, well, a stork comes and it gives rice, and then the baby gets bigger, and the stork is like, this is what happens, and then like Leslie Mann is like, that's exactly right.
That's what happens.
Cody can do it better than me. Cody, do it.
She said that a bird comes and then it plants a seed, excuse me, inside your brain, and then your brain gets bigger and it pops open, and then they have to dig in there and then pull out the baby, and then that's
How a baby. And Leslie Mann's
everything.
like,
I'm not
that's
gonna go-
exactly right.
I'm not doing
That's how I had mine.
She said, but
Yes.
they said, yeah, they dig it out of the brain and then they pull out the baby, and yep. Because
So
I'm not gonna.
when my nieces were growing up, we happened to be watching an old episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh boy.
And it's where Carlton
How
says
far
that-
can we get off topic in one live?
Well,
Let's
this
see.
is a cute story though. So they talk about how Carlton says, you know, he got this girl pregnant, and he was like, well, I can't because I'm a virgin. So one of their friends started laughing.
Is she
and
freezing to me? Okay.
they look at me and they said, Aunt Karen, what's a virgin? And I'm like, go ask your mother. And my niece looks at me. Oh my God, she's so smart. She said, Aunt Karen, you have never not told us what something is. And I'm like, oh man. So I was like, okay, it just
Gotta
means.
tell 'em.
Yeah,
Gotta
so
tell
I was like, it just means something that you haven't tried yet. I said, you know how like grandpa's a liquor salesman? And he said, yeah. I said, it just means your liquor doesn't have any drink in it. You know, your drink doesn't have any liquor. And they were like, oh, okay.
That was a good one.
I thought so
Maybe-
too.
Answered the freaking question. Thank you, Lizzie Pop. I just wanted to tell you a side note. That's how this happened. Sorry.
But I mean, like seriously. So, okay, we'll get back to the show now.
Kay Yates, I'm done.
Do we have to? What? I'm sorry. What?
I'm done.
But Violet is vindictive. You know, because I don't know if you all know this, but if you have a joint checking account, whoever makes it to the bank first gets the money. So, you know, if they have a joint checking account, she's like, okay, I'll leave you $5. Cash this
don't
check.
I don't think she'd even leave that much, to be
She got
honest with
her
you.
pearls from Kohl's. They don't have a joint checking account.
But I'm just saying, if she came over here and wanted the joint checking account, she'd be like, here's your $5. Go get some McDonald's. And
Violet
then
I
I'll
don't
give
even
you that.
all that
know
money
each
and leave
other's
him,
last
leave him in
name.
overdraft. Violet would write a check for 200 grand and make him overdraft at 100 grand. That's what Violet would do. I'm sorry.
But
you know
I
she would.
yeah, I don't like her at
No,
all. I
not
don't
at
like
all.
him. I
don't like
her,
him
I don't
either.
like him.
I'm good with both of them never being in my memory ever again.
Yeah, and
Bye.
I'm not like that, but I really don't like him. Like, I don't. He's just
No.
so aggressive. He's always looking for a fight.
But I mean,
Lizzie,
you know,
you're like 5 seconds behind this whole chat. You're like, oh, Violet's someone with Riley.
I did feel bad for him because he was like, okay, you know, do you regret texting my father? No.
Yeah, because you
Okay.
don't know what she was texting his father. You don't know what really happened. Like,
I
maybe
think
he got
100%.
No,
the
but
right-
Riley's dad showed him what she was texting him.
Yeah.
But we don't know why she was really texting that.
Because she's evil.
Yeah, because she was like, I was really, really mad. And so I was texting him the truth about his son.
Hey, it happens.
But yeah, she's a horrible, evil person.
Oh my God, Lizzie Pop, I'm dying for you right now. I might need you to grab a link and come up real quick.
She
Lizzie
is
Because
Pop.
I thought
It
Riley was
reminds
a
me of
Vietnamese
my
woman.
gal, Lizzie Pop.
I love
Lizzie
all
Pop,
of you
Lizzie
so
Pop.
much. I love my members. I love my panel. You all make me smile.
Lizzie
and
Pop
I
is
love
a
you
little
so much.
stunad tonight. Little stunad. Do you know what stunad means,
Oh
Wicked?
my God.
Wicked. You've
Yeah,
never
right.
heard someone say stunad?
No.
Oh, it's not. That means you're an idiot.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, technically, maybe yes.
Did
Yeah,
I tell you that my foreign language in college was German, not Italian?
Okay, so stunad's not even Italian. It's like New York and New Jersey. It's
Did
like,
I tell you that I've never been to New York or
Oh,
New
right.
Jersey?
I'm sorry. Okay, so let me
That
give
I
you
live
a lesson.
in the South, technically?
Yes,
live
you
in-
live in Miami, don't you, Wicked?
Yes.
He's also a lawyer. So, like, if you're talking to someone and they're
That's some low
accent-
grade. That was some low grade shade we just threw out there. Go
Wait,
ahead.
she
Go. No.
doesn't-
She doesn't live in Florida. Go ahead, Brooklyn.
if you're talking to someone and they're like out of it, not answering, telling you the wrong thing, you'd be like, "What are you, stunad?" Like, do.
Yeah.
An idiot.
I thought
Okay.
like nuts was
All right, I
like-
just
Yeah.
No, Ungats means you have nothing.
I'm going to tell my lawyer.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going to have the law firm I
Like,
work
what are you,
for
Stunad?
sign something for you.
Cody, what are you not thinking that Ungats means that? Like that's how you would say it. See, she's laughing because
So
she
it
knows
means
it's
that you have
true.
nothing.
Because she knows it's true. Look, that she's laughing. That's why.
Brooklyn, you stop. Wait, so
I have been to Niagara, but it was on the
Cody
Canadian
was
side.
a stunad for buying vegan bolognese sauce.
He's a disgraziata.
I won't. And
Cody.
I never will for the rest. I will always remind him of that for the rest of our lives together.
You know what? Judging by that tummy, I think you might need to go a little vegan sometimes.
Cody
Was it intentional? Or do we
Non-
just like, oh,
No,
hey,
I
sale?
will.
Let's get away from the sauce conversation,
No, wait a
please.
minute.
No, please. Let's
No.
get away from it.
It's actually it's really nothing serious. I saw it on the shelf. I saw that it was like expensive, and I was like, "Oh, it's on sale." I was like, "Oh, let's try something different." So I grabbed it. I didn't even think about it because I don't shop just to like look at everything and like whatever. I just grabbed it and like whatever because I already knew what I needed to get. So I grabbed it and I came home.
Okay.
And then he was like, "Vegan." I'm like,
Honestly,
oh yeah, that was my fault. Yeah. Like I take full
the
responsibility.
way I see it, Cody, you're cooking dinner. You're
He's got me
No,
smoking on
John's,
live now.
John's cooking dinner.
hold on a
John's
second.
making-
honey.
I
John's
make the big
making-
ziti. I
John's
do.
making
That's my
ziti
dish.
tonight.
I do. I make the
So
ziti.
I did. I
That's
fucked
my
up
dish.
on that sauce, but I tasted the sauce. I was like, oh my
Excuse me,
God,
Wicked.
that's like pretty damn
Cody usually cooks. Cody cleans. Cody goes food
Oh
shopping.
my
Now,
God.
another
I
word I'm going
cook
to
and I
teach you.
clean, but John
Disgraziado.
does everything
John
else.
is being
Yes.
a disgraziado. He does not appreciate that.
Did you just call me a disgraziato?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I don't know what that means, but I'll be offended.
have Brooklyn's number.
Here's the real
acting
stunad.
like-
Brooklyn's
Don't yell at me
world
for
right
all
here,
one
right
life.
now. That's the real stunad on this live.
I messed up on that. I saw that it was like expensive. I was like, okay, let me just grab this sauce.
So,
and, like it was on sale.
First off, I'm the one that always makes the big ziti. Okay. B,
you do.
like Cody knows, he laid out like the meat so we could put it in
Okay.
the sauce because Cody loves meat. I mean,
Of
and like he
course.
can't have a dish
have the
if there's
meat.
not meat in it. So then we already have the meat
That's
out.
not true,
No, and you know. You
I
better
don't-
stop. You
no,
better
come
stop
on, we've
lying.
had-
You better
we've
stop
had-
lying. You
we've
better
had-
stop lying.
We've had pasta
So,
without
we
meat,
have
and
like we have the
Without
chop meat
meat.
out. You better
without it.
pizza.
We've had pizza
You
without.
have to have bacon, sausage, meatballs, everything on it.
Sometimes you just get.
Oh my God.
I just want like tomato and onion.
I'm surrounded by stunads. Not you, Wicked. I'm not the one right now.
Ungats.
So no,
Right here.
you don't know what ungats means,
I don't
fool.
care, but you are. I don't care, but you are.
And not only, so we have the chopped meat out, and I put the in
Chop meat.
ground beef. We put that in.
Did
the
you
ziti.
chop it up? How is that chopped meat? It's ground beef.
Thank you for putting us into round 2 of this fight.
okay.
It's not about Philly. Of course
So
they
my
say
A
argument
northerner and a
was
southerner
that
together.
not only was Cody a stunad for picking up sauce with already meat in it because we already have real meat going into it, he got a sauce with vegan meat. So pretty much if you took one forkful of the ziti, it would be clumpy cat clump food.
So
And that's
why
why
don't
she's
you
laughing because she knows I'm right.
You
Okay,
said
well,
he bought multiple
like I said, it was
jars. Like, why don't you use another jar and take the other one
I
back?
have a question.
Please.
Do you have any tomatoes in the house?
Yes.
Because you can make your own. So you have tomato paste.
No.
Well, you could still make your own sauce, but I know it's late.
I'm just
I have tomatoes.
Use
I have
another
vegan
jar
shrimp,
and
We
take
are
that
an
one back.
hour into this live and we've done 2 couples.
okay. Let's get back to it then. Who are we doing next?
Well, I know
And
these
listen,
people in
you
the
call
chat
me a
would love my
disgraziato?
taste.
Like,
No,
that's
they were
strike one
calling
for
me.
you,
They were
Brooklyn, on
calling
that
me that.
one.
I
Why
love
Like
they
it.
one.
calling me that?
That's
Not
what I said,
you.
Criddle. Like,
Wow.
use
Me
one of the other
one
jars.
On my sauce recipe.
I did. I messed
That's
up.
a disgraziato. That is what that is
already
right here.
admitted it.
That's
I
disgraziato.
messed
This
up
guy
because you
right
know what?
there.
I was in a hurry because I had this one calling on the
Cody
phone.
calls me from the supermarket every 5 minutes. Should I get 2-ply or 3-ply? Should I get Purdue or Tyson? Should I get this or that? I go, the
My
one time
husband
you
does
never call
that.
me and you roll the dice on you bringing home vegan
And you yell at me every time I
meat
call you,
sauce.
and you're like, "Just do it,
'Cause-
Cody.
yeah, 'cause-
just get it." So I didn't.
Cody, you
call
need to
back,
lock up the
and
toilet
now
paper
I'm getting
again.
Yelled at for it. You see it? Y'all see it?
Cody, I think
The
you
one
should go
time
on
I
strike.
did
No
not
more
call him
shopping.
and
No more
just grab the
cleaning.
sauce, and
That's
now I'm
my
getting yelled
opinion.
at for it. Y'all see this now, right?
And now you
look
have
what
them
he
guys.
just said.
This seems like a
now-
simple.
so now
Use
he's gonna be
another
on
jar and
Facebook
take that
or
one
with
back.
me the whole
All
time
I'm saying.
when I go grocery shopping.
Yes, Cody is generally the cook, but there are a few dishes that I make, like the vinegar chicken, the baked ziti.
You see how,
Like there are certain things that I'm the one I make all that. I do some things. I always do the salad. I'm mostly cold side because I don't know how to cook meat the right way, and
No,
I
he
always
does. Don't let him lie to you. Yes, he does.
I always like
he
screw
says
that
no
up.
because he wants
But
me to do
there
it.
are a
because
few dishes in my
he's a lazy
repertoire
fuck.
that where I do all the work.
Gotcha.
And then I saw that jar of vegan bolognese on my counter, and I said, "What the
You're
fuck
like,
is
"That's
this
a sin."
abomination on my counter?" I said, "You brought this home to a real Italian?"
It's actually really, really good though. We both tried it. It's really good.
And we had a big old fight like
can't
maybe a half hour before this live started. So there
It's
we
really
go.
good, but I did fuck
And then
up.
I had to
I'm
go
sorry,
to
y'all.
Acme and get the right sauce. So
He said, "I'm going to McDonald's." I said, "Well, give
I
me
said,
a
enjoy your vegan-based bolognese.
I said,
I'll
"Give
get a
me a
Happy
double
Meal," is what I
cheeseburger
said.
And he came back so quickly. I said, "Well, he didn't go to McDonald's."
Look what I started.
Okay.
So we're still going
Focus.
to do the ziti though.
Okay, so let's go back to this.
All right, so Dish with
I
Mitch,
did. I messed up. on
Dr. Evil. Okay, I hear that.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
So who are we going to do next?
So-
We've got Gino, Jasmine, David, Sheila, or Statler and Dempsey.
Let's get rid of Gino and Jasmine.
Let's get rid of them.
Permanently.
You want to talk disgraziads? Let's just get him rid of them.
Cook the meat.
Okay. Can you just say true love is shaving your loved one's nostrils?
Oh, God.
As if we had not seen enough of stuff between the two of them
Like,
to make
Stop
like
now, please.
we've learned that Gino can only ejaculate if Jasmine's peeing in his mouth. Like, we didn't need to know that information.
Yeah.
And
I
like we've
also now
learned,
know that he has blue pills.
right?
which
Like you
is
know,
a-
you have to Viagra, everybody. Like I
Wait, what's the blue pills?
Jasmine found his and okay, why are the blue pills in like a plastic bag and not in a prescription bottle?
True
First
story.
off,
They weren't.
That
They were in
little-
like a blister pack.
Because maybe he's getting them like off the market.
yeah, well,
Or he could be getting a sample pack from the doctor. It was in a blister pack.
okay, but so if Gino's got access to the Viagra, like I've never taken Viagra, never needed to, but I don't. I guess he's having issues clearly because I'm not taking you in, Cody. Please, I'm so
Ooh.
afraid of what you're gonna say.
Tag me
Cody
in.
has to say something.
Tag me in.
Go, Cody. Go, Cody.
Tag me in, John. Okay, I was tagged in. Okay, just because you get blue pills that makes your pee-pee hard, that don't mean that you're going to.
Truth. Yes, that is right.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't mean you're going to finish. It's really just to keep it nice.
Thank you. Yes,
my
Brooklyn,
point is
thank
that
you.
If you can't get hard already, and then you need the Viagra to do it, number 2, and number 3, you still can't finish the job.
So the Viagra.
I don't know what to say at that
Well, okay,
point.
so the Viagra, and women correct me if I'm wrong, but I've had a lot of talk with this with my clients. The Viagra is really for the men to be harder longer for the women.
Right. It
Right.
lasts
So
longer.
it's not for them necessarily to do anything. It's just because like they're with a woman and they either can't get hard or they can't stay hard.
Right.
Right.
And I've dated 2 guys, and the first one was the first one, and that was completely weird, but we're not going to go there. And then the second guy, did it so that he could stay harder longer.
Right. But they don't ever have to finish. That's another issue.
Yeah.
I would hope that they would want to.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Is it a book club? Like, why you do? Like, why are you here? Like, are you reading the Bridges of Madison County like together? Like, what are you doing?
know.
Like,
Lord of the
No,
Flies. Like,
I
what?
don't know. But I have to say, why can't he? Like, what else would he need? Like, what?
a priest and Indiana Jones? I don't know, but like
And
clearly it's
for her.
it took
And
Jasmine
Can we
tinkling.
talk about what she? Can we
A
please
milker.
talk about the 87 random butterflies?
You
Like,
know,
what?
Oh God.
I bought those exact butterflies for my great niece, and she's 4.
My
And
daughter's
she looks
older
cute
now.
as a bug.
My daughter's older now. She's my youngest, but she's not little anymore. But when she was, I would put like 2 of them in her hair. But this girl had like 60 in her hair.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of
Horrible.
her hair, and I know that she's got
Just
extensions
her hair,
in it.
Wicked.
What's that?
Her fake
Just,
hair.
just her hair.
Right, but there's something is
Are you
off.
sure
Like,
about
I don't know if she has too many extensions in it or it looks like it desperately needs a
It's
blowout.
horrendous.
Like she
And
you-
definitely
You see her in the
needs.
confessionals, and she looks like Larissa.
Downstairs needs
Yeah.
a
You can
blowout,
tell that
too.
that Jasmine looks.
Yeah.
Like, you put. I'll do it. I'll figure out a way to figure that out. You put Jasmine like
Like
in the
it.
scenes with Gino when they're filming next to Jasmine in the confessionals, and it's night and
Oh,
day.
100%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And like,
And then this man thinks like, all right, she's crazy, but I'm here. She's this and that, but I'm here. She's evil, but I'm here. Now she's like, listen, buddy, we ain't having a kid. I lied. What are you doing? Go home. Go find a nice 50-year-old girl in Michigan or wherever the hell you live. Go home. These people are nuts, I tell you, nuts.
true.
And like we have to watch the opening scene, like where like they're like getting their nose hairs out.
And,
And like,
like,
listen, guys,
wasn't
by the way,
intense.
don't shave all your nose hairs because that's the protection. Like God gave
Right.
you nose hairs
Yeah.
for a reason.
Yeah.
So like don't get rid of all of them. I mean, if you have like a long gangly one that's coming out, yeah. But like your nose hairs catch a lot of stuff that should not be in your body.
Right.
So
I have a man question I actually don't know the answer to, believe it or not.
oh boy.
So as women, I can only speak for myself, but I know a ton of women. As women, we don't have to trim our nose hair. It never
Right.
grows. But men have to do it. So I'm assuming yours grows all the time.
Well, yeah, but like, and there have been a couple of times when I've had a nose hair, like, when I blew my nose and I saw like flop out. I'm like, oh, that ain't good. And then you pull it, like,
Your hair grows too.
and you pull it because, like, when you can see a nose hair coming out, that's get rid of that. It's,
But I'm
it's
just
run its
saying,
course.
you know what I mean? Like women don't have to get nose hair clippers. Our nose hair doesn't grow, but men's nose hair does, I guess.
But their ears also grow too. Our ear hair doesn't grow.
Oh.
Well, like, listen, I didn't have ear hair much, but like, now I'm 44, and I tend to have a little bit more of it now. And
No, that's not true. You have,
Yeah.
like, if you shaved your face and put it in
Oh,
one
God.
ear, then that's what you have. Yes, look at this.
get out of
Ooh.
here.
Those
Look at that.
are ear hairs.
No, you do get ear hairs. You do.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
annoying.
that's a man thing. I don't know why
Like,
biology.
I know, but I
you
know,
know.
like, nose hairs catch a lot of particles that, like, it's a protection. It's like a net. But you need to know, don't get rid of all
It's
of them.
also
But like,
one of those like, why do men have hairy nipples and women don't?
why do men have nipples at all?
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. It's
Things
good.
that make you go,
It's
hmm.
true.
Ask God.
And
I have
why-
no idea.
Yeah,
Why do men have
the point?
nipples?
Why-
I
What's
don't
the
know.
point of it?
Gino do his own nose hairs because I'm with my husband 25 years and he has never once ever asked me to trim his nose hairs.
Say, hey, honey.
I would never ask anybody to trim my nose hairs.
25 years, 19.
You don't lie. I have never not lied.
That's true. When I help you shave, like I get
Cody is
I get
bitter because of the fight about the cost, and he is
That's
still
true.
trying to make
show
me
'em your
look bad.
nipples.
He's just trying his damnedest.
So All right, back
No,
to
exactly
Gino and
right.
Jasmine.
But yeah, she desperately needs a Brazilian blowout. She definitely needs to fix that wardrobe because I realize
She
that she's
needs
trying to show off her body, but she also looks like she shopped at Forever 21 and she just terrible.
Wait, and
Not
did you
forever
guys see the
21.
clip? Did you guys see the clip for next week when they get into the fight in the confessional and she goes, "And I effed my boyfriend last month."
Oh, I didn't see that. See, I had to watch
So-
it on the replay
Okay,
and they don't
so
show the
clip
whole
for next week.
scenes.
Cool to
So-
jump ahead till next week's preview.
What do you mean? Everybody saw it. It was the preview at the
But
end of
I'm
the
not done with my notes of this episode
Oh,
yet.
you want
And
me
you
to
jumped
follow
ahead to next week.
instructions? Oh, I get it. Okay, go ahead, Yates.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We've got him flustered.
We lost the whole pregnancy conversation. Brooklyn was like, listen, I'm done with this part of the conversation. Let's go to the next couple.
You
Meanwhile, they have this
Yeah.
whole conversation about her being pregnant and
You
it
guys
seems
are all happy I'm back. Be honest. Tell them, guys. Tell them.
seems
love
to
it.
me.
You know, it was funny though, because Jasmine, when they're talking about having this child, she's saying she doesn't want it because there are super high expectations.
No, she just don't want to gain weight and she doesn't want to have another kid and she just wants money. Done.
And she doesn't feel like his family is going to support her. Well, how long have they been dating? And have we ever seen a glimpse of their children, of her children on the
I don't-
show?
And she doesn't live with her children in that bougie apartment that
Her
Gino's
mother
paying for.
raises her children.
But we've
The
never
only
seen a
people that-
picture of their kids. This is the
only
first time she's
people
ever
that
mentioned
live
them.
in that apartment is Jasmine and her sister and the dog,
Right.
and that's it.
And her cheater.
So, I don't know, and then, it's their prerogative if they
We
don't
know
want
Jasmine.
their kids on, right? If Jasmine doesn't, we shouldn't fault her for that, right?
No.
Because if she doesn't want her kids on there, then that's
And one of her children.
Understand that.
right.
But she's never.
And you just made me
mentioned it.
defend Jasmine. You're all horrible fucking
You
people.
did it
all
by
of you.
yourself. Sorry.
I just defended
on you,
Jasmine,
Dave.
and you made me do that. Ugh.
That was on you.
But she has never
Thank you, cat
mentioned.
lover.
She's never mentioned her children, and even to the point of bringing them to the United States.
I don't think that she's allowed him to mention them. Her one son, I believe, is autistic and doesn't nonverbal. And she said it when she first came on the scene. The other one lives with his father. One lives with her mom. I don't think she wants him mentioning her kids, and I think it's off the table.
Well, and I mean that's fine, but for her to say, "Well,
Just to admit,
I'm not going to
But,
have,"
doesn't she have two sons?
Yeah, I just said
thought
that.
so.
One's
So,
with
how could that be your? Is there a third daughter in play?
I thought she only had the two
She's
kids.
saying it's possibly really her daughter and not her sister.
Interesting.
Yes, son. One son is autistic and nonverbal. with
Okay,
mom.
so Susie Q saying she has twins and one is a special need.
Okay, I didn't know twins because she didn't make it sound like twins, but that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I didn't pick up on the twins either. But if that's the case, whatever
Whatever
the
it is,
case is.
regardless.
So,
But for Jasmine to say, well, if I have a child, I'm not going to have the support that I do here, and because your family hates me, they're not going to help out with the children.
Or AKA someone else raising my child.
Right.
I don't know,
Go ahead.
Mr. Gates. What's your opinion?
my opinion will get me in trouble.
No.
Uh-oh.
Let
I
me-
want.
No, you don't know what I'm going to say. Hold on, I have to open something for my husband.
I'm sorry because I burnt
There
my
you go.
hand.
It's our minced garlic.
Thank
Ah.
What are you putting this in?
The hamburger meat. You
Oh,
told me to
okay.
start cooking it.
Sorry, I had to double check after the vegan
Monitoring
sauce.
the cooking.
But honestly, I see a lot of no. That's no. You all know I'm friends with Larissa, right?
Right.
And my opinion is it kind of goes down that path, and I'm not.
I don't want you to get in trouble with your friend.
No, and I love Larissa, but I see a lot of similarities there, and I can't. you know, I know why Larissa has her reasons for. Thank
yeah.
you, Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy.
Wendy, I'm so
Love you,
sorry.
Wendy.
I'm here. Wendy, are you listening to this craziness that is this live this evening?
But like my point is that
My
like
girl came through with the cash out. Thank you.
Larissa,
Love me.
you know, Larissa doesn't share why.
Right.
And like, you know, I'm one of a select few who actually know, and that's why I still I've supported Larissa from jump,
Right.
because I know her intentions, but those are intentions that she can't say. But like, I also am not trying to say that Larissa and Jasmine are the same person. I feel like Jasmine is feeding off the whole Larissa thing and
Right.
saying, well, if Larissa got away with it, then
Okay.
why can't I? Type of thing.
Oh,
if
that makes sense, John. You might know a couple things.
If that makes sense to everybody. And like, I am not dogging or shading
No, that makes
Larissa
total
at
sense.
all.
Total sense.
But that's the best way I could put that into words.
But do you ever think, like, okay, and this is sort of shady, and this is not
Please
shady
don't
to
be
anyone
shady
who
towards Larissa.
has.
You can get mad at me. Go
No,
ahead.
no. But like with the whole lip injections, like why do these women think that getting their lips plumped to where it's almost blocking their nostrils?
Well, and that's why there's a comparison. No offense, Larissa. I love her.
But
But
yeah.
I feel like in the public, there is also a comparison to Larissa because we met Larissa and we met Jasmine, and they look nothing like they did before.
Right.
And that's why I feel like that Jasmine is taking the Larissa route.
Yes, I so agree with John, which doesn't happen often. So what I'm saying is, I think that she's like, remember when that Octomom tried to be like
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie?
Yes.
That I feel like that's what's happening.
Is that Jasmine's trying to model
Yeah, I do.
Larissa?
Because I really do, because if you watch the progression of Larissa and then you watch the progression of Jasmine, there's so many similarities beyond the children, beyond the money, beyond
Mhm.
the Botox and hair. And there really are a lot of issues there. It's the personality. It's how fast they turn.
I see that, yeah.
I love Larissa and I understand her way better than Jasmine. But can you see like where Jasmine's taking this? Like,
Of course, because like Jasmine, like look, like, you know, let's put Larissa's first season and Jasmine's first season together. They look almost identical.
thank you.
You know, they
Yes.
do. Like, you know, and like now, you know, obviously we know that Larissa's had a few procedures, right? And now we could see like Jasmine, and it's so evident in this show when she's filming in Panama with Gino, and she still looks original Jasmine. And then you could tell when they filmed the confessionals months later, and she's a different person, contoured,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and
Looks just like
Like
Larissa.
her hair's different, her boobs are bigger,
everything.
her
And like,
waist
it's getting,
is smaller.
you know, and that's like the thing with the show.
It's
And
uncanny.
I'm, you know, there are people. Oh God, I don't know if I should say this.
You should say it. You
Do
should
it.
say it right now.
There are certain doctors who give, or estheticians that
Uh-oh.
give
Down,
these
down,
characters
baby.
that give these characters all the work in the world, because they know that
Right.
these stars on the show are going to promote their practice,
Exactly.
and they're going to make money because, you know,
Very
90 Day
true.
Fiance is still
100%.
the number one show on Sunday nights. I don't know how,
Can we have
but
some
it still
Furbies?
is.
But that's not
And-
shady. I mean,
Well, you know, but like, you know, a
Stone
lot-
Bello, you know, estheticians,
yeah,
you know, thank you
and
for my
it's not-
lashes,
that's
thank
not
you for my
singled out
eyebrows,
at
thank you
anybody, but
for
like, you know, they're all networking. I'm on the show, give me the work, and then your practice, you know, you get testimonials from cast, and like then regular people like see these people on TV, and then like, oh, I'm gonna reach out to you and like get my work done at your office.
right. I mean, it's no shade. I mean, they're, you
They're
know,
Listen, they're not doing this show for nothing, right? I mean, they want to get paid, but the money sucks. But B, they want the stardom or
I already said
celebrity
too much.
that comes with it and the free shit that comes with it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is their time, and they could have done the process of these visas and all that crap, but they wanted to do it on TV.
True.
And then it makes you want to question the caliber of the people signing on to this show. Like someone like Jasmine, who was really homely looking. I'm sorry, I never saw Jasmine as her, last season as someone like, I'm like, and I'm a gay guy, whatever, but I can appreciate beauty, I can appreciate beauty in a woman. Like, I can. And there are certain people that are longing to get on this show because of all the opportunities that they will be afforded to them after they're on the show.
Right.
And that's the truth.
I'm gonna reference this. So I listened to the full interview with Raquel Levis and Bethany.
Yes.
And
too.
Bethany
Brooklyn, I get where you're going with this, and I want you to finish, but just know that your Bravo comparison will probably fall on mostly deaf ears.
Well, listen, I get it.
No,
but there's a
no,
lot of people
I'm just telling you, like, a lot of people don't follow me for Bravo. So but keep going.
totally
I
get
know where you're
that.
going.
I'm just simply saying that the way Bethany Frankel describes the beast that is reality TV is exactly like what these people are hoping to accomplish once they get on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in defense of Bethany, like not all reality stars are housewives caliber or Bravo celebrities versus your TLC stars.
Yeah, I mean, it's
But
still
also, these people on TLC, and like 90 Days, like the worst example of how reality stars don't get paid. They get paid like bread and water. I promise. It's bread and water.
Raquel
They get
Levis
paid.
made $300,000 in 5 years when Bravo made $7 million off of just the reunion. So let's be real. It's happening there too, John.
I'm not arguing with you on that. Like, my point is that, like, TLC is not Bravo.
Yeah.
Right. They're there. Like,
they're never going to pay a cast member Bethany Frankel salary.
Could you imagine Denise Richards being on like TLC?
Right. I get it.
Or Bethany or Luann or Ramona
but going back to TLC,
Teresa.
Going back to TLC, look what being on TLC did to the twins, the Darcy and Stacey.
Oh,
they
horrible.
are unrecognizable.
I was watching their stories today. I saw Darcy's like in Malta or Mykonos or like one of those Greek islands or whatever, and like Darcy, it's sad. And Stacey too, and no shade to them.
Now Darcy's daughters are starting to get all the work done,
and her daughter's young.
Yeah. Well, listen. There have been so many things recently, but I'm going to say this. It sounds awful, but they are on the show and they're celebrities, if you want to call it that or whatever, but they really are a laughing stock. Like when people refer to them, it's a joke. It's not like they're watching the mess that is, their show. And they look like the cat lady from the 90s. They have
and they are all going to turn into that cat lady. Like Darcy's there already and Stacey. And I'm like, again, no shade to both of them because I like them, but like they're so far, and that's the trade-off when you get to this show. They don't pay you dick. TLC pays you nothing. Sharp Productions pays you nothing, and then they get all this free work. And they promote it, and they kept getting the free work, and the doctors. The only people not making money are the cast members still, because when Darcy looks like the cat lady. Yeah. Right. And she's like this, thinking she looks good. And everyone's laughing to the bank, but the cast member.
I mean, even Jesse doesn't look like he did his first season. And I know, but I'm just saying.
I can't deal with Jesse right now.
But even the men are, okay. But back to Jasmine, I do feel like she blindsided Gino with this. Oh, by the way, I don't want a child. I mean, you're like 7 years in.
Never, ever, ever intended to have a child with that man or another child in general. It's all BS.
Right. And, now he's like, okay, I'm 7 years in and I really love this woman, but, I kind of want a child too. But he's taking Viagra and stuff. We don't even know if he is physically able to have a child. If he can't get the job done, he might not be able to get it done. His swimmers might drown before they reach their destination.
I can't get that off, so that's
Just saying.
gonna have to stay on there.
Are we done with them?
Yeah, kind of. With them.
All right. Do we want Christian and Cleo, or David and Sheila, or Statler and Dempsey?
Whatever you want, girlfriend. You pick.
No, I'll call it. Let's do David and Sheila.
Okay.
You know what? Like, I feel like really bad for David. Like, he's like the
100%.
most like genuine person that's probably ever been on this show ever. And like Sharp and TLC, stop doing like the silent, deaf sound, like no sound. I'm so over it.
Yeah,
We get that
thank
he's
you.
deaf. I understand it.
We
Like,
know
but
that
like
he's
we,
deaf.
you know,
Like, okay.
enough. Enough.
We don't need to hear the death sounds. Like, we already know what it's like. Okay.
So, and like, poor David, he never thought, hey, Brooklyn, didn't you say that, like, his weight caused his mother to die?
John Yates. Are you insane right now?
I remember being like in a parking lot at Umberto's,
Mr.
and
Yates.
you
I
had
see
kind of
what
said
you're
that.
doing. Okay. So let me tell you, people, you lovely people, what I actually said. So he.
By the way,
visited-
that footage is still on my channel, so I hope that you get
So
it
let's
correctly.
reiterate to you, lovely people in the chat, exactly how this went down. So what I simply said is, the girl and her mom, her dad, they weigh about 72.2 pounds each, right? So they live in this shamble of a basement where everything is put together with nuts and bolts. And then he visited, he toured the apartment, right? And he went up the stairs. And while he was going up the stairs, he made a comment. He's like, these are really not made well. And she said, I know they're broken. And then the next day, the woman goes to walk down the stairs and they break. And I just simply said, maybe accidentally, weight of the man.
I'm just busting her chops. I know. I'm just
Could
playing
that
with
be
her.
a possibility?
I'm a little bitter that she called me Disgraziato, so I had
Oh
to like
my
give
God,
it back to
guys,
her a little
you
bit.
all know I love John, and that's like a funny slang word in our family, but he's not a disgraziato.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I
that
had
be
to
a
give it back to her
possibility,
some
though?
way.
Couldn't
But
that
yeah, all
be
right.
a
So
possibility?
David he's such a sweet soul. Like, he really is.
No, but wait, couldn't that be a possibility?
What? That his weight broke the steps? Absolutely.
Because why do you have to say it like that?
I was just reverberating what you said on.
Maybe he was in the parking lot and he was trying to order like broccoli rabe.
Maybe he had too much seafood salad that night.
Oh
I don't
my
know.
God, I'd take that to go too. Yum, yum, yum.
So
I already
his-
told you that. That's my next meal: a seafood salad and broccoli rabe. That's all I want.
Oh, the best. But Wicked, do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's just like it could have happened that way. We don't
Well,
know.
the
No,
steps
Susie,
weren't.
I don't think he intentionally tried to murder her.
No way.
No, I think
And,
that
like,
the steps weren't
listen, like, her
well
mom died, we're
constructed.
not laughing about it. We're just trying to make
No, it's
whatever.
so
I don't care anymore.
it's a very heavy topic, so we don't want to,
We're trying to do our weekends like lights.
Right.
No, all right, Susie Q, you're taking it too far now.
So do you notice that every time Sheila talks to David, particularly after her mother died, and I didn't really notice this before, but she's
Right.
always talking about money. Like, okay, mom
now,
died.
yes.
How many dollar
Now,
bills can I
yes,
spend
yeah.
to get this place refurbished? Okay,
Now I see
so
it.
yeah, so it's like, okay, well, what happens? What kind of life am I going to have when I get to the United States? Do you have a room for my son? Well, what kind of life are we going to have? Because you seem like you live a humble kind of life. But
Right, but
every time she talks to him, she's bringing up money.
Well,
But
like,
she doesn't want to say, that's a huge
You're
red flag to
absolutely.
me.
Will you stop like chiming in? Will you stop? I'm gonna sit on your lap, John.
I
You
also
let-
feel
Please
like
don't.
I'm just
does-
gonna pull you
No.
out of here. Well, no, you're absolutely right, and you brought up a great point, Wicked, because why are you doing all this stuff like there to the house and everything else when you're trying to bring your family like over here to like the United States? So why are you going to spend all this money to like rebuild the house? You're not even going to be there in the first place, nor the children also, because the children are coming with you.
Well, I mean, her dad's still going to live there, but
She has one kid.
No, I'm saying that, well, I mean, everything's coming with her. Everyone, everything,
right. But I do think she
Right.
would ultimately want to get her father over to the U.S.
Well, of course, of course. So why put all this money? I mean, I understand, like, like putting money into it and this and that, but you know what? Just get the downstairs done,
Right.
and then
Make
can
it
stay
safe for
there
your
and then-
father.
yes.
also like get out of there. Like just get out of there.
Thank you. Yes,
Get
Brooklyn.
out. What-
Thank you. Yes.
Because, I mean, in the grand scheme
That's
of
all she
things,
talks about now.
if it costs less than $2,000 US, which, David,
Which freaks me out.
I mean, David works, I don't know if he works 2 full-time jobs, 2 part-time jobs, whatever it is. But, he's working 2 jobs and lives a modest life. But it just,
And I've been to Omaha. I lived there for a bit. I know what Omaha's like. So
I mean, it's not like you're living at the shore or living in Long Island,
Right.
It's a nice place.
I spent some time in Omaha. Like one of my best friends in the whole wide world lives there. So I
cheaper, John?
what?
Isn't it like a super cheap place to live?
I mean, it's like the biggest city in Nebraska.
Oh,
so,
okay. I didn't know that.
yeah, no, it's Omaha, Nebraska is like the city in Nebraska.
Okay.
Like there's Lincoln, which is 45 minutes away, which is the capital, but Omaha is the city. It's like where Warren Buffett lives.
Oh.
Omaha, Omaha Steaks. But Omaha is the city. Like most of Nebraska's population lives in Omaha and Lincoln, mostly Omaha. So it's not as cheap as you would think it would be because it is like the cosmopolitan center of the state.
That's
Okay.
very true.
okay. So
You hear like Omaha, Nebraska, but like every city and every state, if you're living in Boise, Idaho, I'm sure like
If you're in like the
it's going to be
center
more
of
money
everything,
there
yes.
than like anywhere else,
Yes.
right?
Right.
So it says that like the cost of living, like the average monthly rent in Omaha is around like $1,200 and home prices are around $350. So I'm sure, you've got your suburbs and, like further out where does say that prices are dropping in Omaha, but the demand is high like it is everywhere. But, 350K, what you're going to buy in Omaha versus what you could get.
Oh, yeah.
elsewhere.
Big difference right there.
Yeah, well, when you're like, talking about like hundreds of thousands of dollars,
$350K would be a down payment on a house
on a
here in,
castle.
like, Jersey
Well,
or New
in
York.
Omaha, well, like when we were there, like we were looking for places because we moved there, and it just didn't take because we, the prices in Omaha for even us were like a lot. So,
Right.
Just because people think like it's Omaha, it's Nebraska. No, it's like when you're living in the biggest city in a state, it's going to be as much
Right.
money anywhere else.
That makes sense.
But it's also going to be different than, $350 in LA.
Yeah, listen,
Yeah,
if you get a condo in downtown Omaha, yeah, it'll be cheaper than having a condo in downtown Manhattan. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's, you know,
but it's not like 20 grand like you think in your head, you know.
yeah.
Right.
But
But
listen,
also the cost of living is cheaper.
and you know, the reason it surprised me is because it costs a lot of money to like go to the Philippines, and he went there on this trip, and he's spending the money to get her over there, and he also has to have a certain amount of money in the bank to fill out the paperwork to apply for a visa. So when he
Right.
didn't have the $2,000, I was surprised, and I think she was.
Oh my
really
God, we put Jay Freak to sleep. Oh.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But it is 11 o'clock. I mean,
Oh, sorry, Jay Freak.
Love you, honey.
love you. Good night.
So yeah, all right. So let's, you know, because we still have like a lot more to cover. How many
Yeah.
more couples do we have
Yeah,
left?
I think we're
Jesus.
done with this.
We only have Cleo, Christian, and Statler and Dipsy.
Oh Lord. Okay, so David. So
You know,
No,
the kids
they're-
warming up to him.
the kids in the car. Sheila wants David to, like, you know,
Bond. Hey,
bond with
baby
him.
daddy.
You know, the fact that, like, you know, David's grunting in the corner of the car is not helping things. You know, Sheila says, you know, that her son thinks that he's weird. And then, like, you see, like, him grunting, like, you know, then, like, production asks him about the grunting. He's like, I don't know that it's happening.
Right. Because, you know, clearly.
And yeah, you know, so
But then,
I could see the kid being like, you know, that's like a little weird.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, they go to the beach, they play, they bond with each other, and you know, at the end of their scene, they're all at dinner together with the translator, and the translator, you know, asks John Heel, or whatever, however you say his name, her son, you know, do you want to move to America? He's like, no.
Why would he? He's a kid.
right. I mean, he's leaving everyone and everything he knows.
We lost Lizzie Pop too. Oh my God, everyone's going to bed on us. Lord. Can you guys take like the reins for 1 second for me, please?
Of course.
Finish off, Dave.
Okay. But I just, you know, I just thought it was weird that she was like, you know, are you ready to be a father to, I'll just call him John because I don't know it.
Yeah,
how to
yeah.
pronounce it. And it's like, you should have had that conversation prior to him coming
Well,
over there.
I don't understand how he's going to be a father to him. He can't even talk to him without the translator present. And that poor translator, she didn't sign up for this. Death of the mother. Can you imagine being her for a second, Wicked?
It's, you know,
It's crazy
it's,
what she signed up for.
you know, first she signs up like for a day of interpreting.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it expanded into however
They
long
can't
it
do anything
is.
without her.
You know, mom dies, you know, and again, they're taking a vacation within a vacation, you know, because they're going to the beach. But it just, I don't know, I found it very off-putting, and that she asked about money like
Yeah.
every single time. And it just,
Because she has absolutely none. That's
and
exactly-
you know, and it's just, it's weird when she said, you know, when people ask, you know, are you going to you know, are you ever going to hurt me? Well, not intentionally,
Right.
but you know, if it happens, it happens.
I mean, like I said, she has, these people are coming from like poverty.
Right.
The image of what they think America is grandiose. It's what they see in movies. They
Right.
think even the poor people here are rich.
True.
That's what they think. And you know what? I have to be honest. When I see where this poor girl lives, a lot of us who think we're poor are rich, or you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
they don't have services in those countries, or like food stamps or things that we have here. I mean, that
Yeah.
place that those people were cohabitating in was downright dangerous. Obviously, the woman died. It was not sanitary. It was disgusting.
I mean, you figure if the projects are going to be nicer than that, just because
Way
they've got-
nicer. Way
You've got
nice.
indoor plumbing. You've got electricity. You've got stable floors. You got walls.
You have walls for
You know,
Pete's sake.
you don't have everything connected by a staple
Yeah.
gun and a prayer.
And when we watched that show, when I watched that show, I was like, my God, like we are so lucky.
We are. And
We are.
Another thing is that if somebody in America was living like that, the minute like the Department of Health saw it, you'd be taken out, you'd be placed somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like they would get you right out. It would be condemned.
yeah.
Look, like, you know, David certainly never expected like the mom to die. He just
No,
wanted to meet
it
his
was
woman.
horrible.
And like, you know, this poor guy, like, you know, my heart goes out to David. Like I like him so much.
I do. I
And,
like him.
you know, the mom dies. He's, you know, he has to now fix the house and do the repairs. And, you know, she's thinking he makes $800 a week. So it's more than enough for like him to take care of that.
In our world, it would be like borderline rich.
Yeah. And, you know, there's also the fact that, like, you know, he's still meeting her for the first time. Now has to take care of, like, you know, burial expenses, rebuilding of the house, the steps, whatever else. And then, you know, he has to wonder if she's just using him for the money. And still, David, that's why I like this guy so much. He's such a good heart. That guy is an angel.
Yeah.
Like, David is an angel. I will never say one bad word about that man. He is a good
Yeah,
person.
he's
And like, even like,
we know. I'm sorry.
when the
We
kids-
know that there are
upset.
places like her home in the U.S. We know that, but
I don't know if
it's. I mean, yeah, like in Appalachia and stuff like that. But you know, it does exist, but not to the extent that it's normal.
But even when the kids said, like, no, I don't want to come, like, you know, David's like, I get it. Like, you know, when I had to go to deaf school and be away from my family, I understand it. And then he invites them there, and he wants to take care of, like, you know, Sheila and the son there in Omaha. And, like, you know, you go to schools and play sports and whatever else.
Yeah.
And
he loves her, John. He really loves her.
I mean, he's
He
really
does.
like, you know,
it's the only love story I believe.
I think you're right.
and more or less, he's like, you know, telling the kid, hey, give this a chance. You know, I'll make your life great.
He is a good, like, anybody should be so lucky to have David in their life.
And honestly, he's going to be the reason that kid has a real chance at life.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But I do think a big part of her is in this for the money.
I don't know what I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's just a part of it. I think that she's so poor and she's looking for, like, especially now that her mom died, she's looking at life like, I need help. Do you have it or not? You know what I mean? Like, can you help me or not? Because the girl needs help.
Right.
Yes.
But it's almost, I feel like if it's like, if you can't help me, then we need to break up and move on.
I hope
David
not.
had thrown a curveball with the mom dying, and, like, you know, still he is handling it with class.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I have, that man is a fucking saint, and like I should start praying to him because he's a good man, and you know, Sheila should be lucky that she's attached to him.
Yeah, I agree.
I do like the fact that when they were talking openly about the expenses for the house, like, you know, he could have very easily, like, you figure Riley, that would have went so left so quick, where David was like, okay, we need to talk this privately.
David's already trying to find a third job to make this happen because that's the type of guy that he is. And like, you know, you don't see like real truthful souls on this show. Especially as of late.
Right.
So like I have nothing but respect for that man. And
yeah, I mean, we don't know, you know, his financial situation because he really hasn't disclosed it, but he is just a good dude.
He is. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty.
We are left with
Christian
and Cleo. Christian and Cleo were
let's do Cleo.
Let's do vegan.
No vegan.
Yeah. Well, so Clea wants to go to her local astrologist, and he was like, what are we going to do, babe? And then when she says, oh, we're going to go have our astrological readings done, it's like Christian looks like I would rather admit that I had sex with Cleo than go to this astrologer.
I went on her Instagram, and I'm probably gonna get canceled for saying this, but
You're on the right channel to get canceled.
Yeah.
So
here
there
I
you go.
am. But she's nothing to do, because I have seen some gorgeous transgender people, but she is just not attractive at all, and she's also always crying and breaking down. Like, what's happening to that person?
She's like the Sabin Robin of 90 Day
Yeah,
Fiancé before the 90 days.
Oh,
Like,
but this last time she was crying, she was trying hard to bring tears. I
What's
mean,
wrong with her?
Being astrologers said we're not going to make her.
But let's not forget, she's
My
an
dog's looking at
actress.
me like I've lost my mind.
Actress. She's a runway model. Okay, I mean, the outfits were horrendous.
wow,
on-
somebody else benefited for being on the show. Oh
There
my
you
God. Ain't that wild, guys? Isn't that wild how she's benefiting for being on this show? Now she's walking runways. Was she walking runways
My
prior
dog is
to being on the show? I can't with them. You know, and Christian's like, it's all like mumbo jumbo. Listen, I believe in psychics, but like not like, you know, I star signs, charts, like I don't believe in, like, you know, mediums, I do.
Right. But I mean, you also have to take that with a grain of salt, because I had my chart done, my astrological chart,
You
and the
didn't
woman
pay
was like,
for it.
the woman was just starting out and she did it for me for
Oh.
free. And it was like, is this girl adopted? And I was like, no. But there were some things that were consistent with me, but there were other things that were just like kind of out there. And it could be, well, that she was just learning, because, they have to take a whole lot of things. They didn't have the internet and the computer doing all the work for you. I mean, it was like legit drawing the, with
So
the-
let's
the
get to like
compass.
the point of the whole astrological reading with Madam Cleo, and then regular Cleo, and then Christian. So the psychics, not the psychic, the astrologer says that Christian lacks empathy, tact, sensitivity. And I was like, well, if I were, and then Cleo lacks a vagina. Oh, John, that's the limit.
But I got the impression that Cleo like knew this woman.
Yep.
Of course she did.
It wasn't
That was like the psychic that fucking Jennifer Aiden called to read the tea leaves. And she talked to them the night before on Jersey.
yeah. But it's just, he was like, because she had mentioned that they had
Why set him up like
call.
that? Why? She didn't have a nice thing to say about him.
Not one iota of niceness. Nothing.
Not one positive thing. I've never been to an astrologer that was so mean.
Yeah. But I think that they should go to the Magic 8 Ball. And
You'd have better luck with that.
Yeah, the future
Trying
is
to
not clear.
say, go away. That's what it says.
Ask again later.
That's all they need. The Magic 8 Ball would do a way better job than Madam Uncleo, or whatever, Madam Inga, whatever her name was. I don't know, but that was such a joke. That all of that scene, and she's like,
yeah. Hold on, let me grab the eyedropper. I need to make a tear. It was awful. And that was pretty much them. That Cleo was shattered to think that this may not work.
Brooklyn, you there?
Sorry, had to go potty.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Because and
that was pretty much them. I mean, I thought I saw a tear, but I didn't.
Let's get to the lightning round. Single white Statler. And this crazy woman.
Yeah.
I think Statler It's horrible.
Statler needs
I
some
don't know.
therapy.
Sorry, had to go potty.
That's okay. Statler needs some therapy.
Statler needs shock therapy.
Statler needs to just go away. Is what Statler
You guys
needs.
nervous
to
because her
do.
eyes open so much, and she gets like, you know, that stare when people look at you, and it gets you nervous, like that stare.
Statler reminds me from the girl from The Ring. Every time I see Statler on my TV, I think she's gonna crawl out of my TV all wet and
Yeah.
shit. That's who Statler is, the girl from The Ring. She's gonna crawl. My floor is gonna get wet. And she's gonna jump out of my TV and like try to move into my house with her Hungry Man dinners and her turkey fucking lurky shit. So
I just, I don't know. It just, she was like, oh, all this is because, I'm so clingy because I was adopted.
no. Don't get there yet.
Okay.
No. Because all right, so it's the next day after Valentine's Day dinner went south. Okay, you creepy bitch. I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't
because she
like this
admitted
girl.
to the ex-girlfriend was going to pick her up at the airport, and maybe they were going to get together and spend the night in a hotel. But then she quickly told her, like, no, that's not a good idea. I am coming there to visit another woman.
Okay, bitch. Sure.
So why are you talking to her to begin with? And you're accusing Dempsey of
She had a
meeting
plan
people
B.
in Thailand?
Let's not forget the fact that Statler, while Dempsey was in Thailand with her father on holiday, right? Like, and she thought that Dempsey was cheating on her while she was like, having dinner with her dad all over the place. Okay, weirdo. Like, she's there with her dad. Like, I'm sure that Dempsey's not whoring it up in Phuket with like her legs open. I'm sure like there's like no like hot scissoring action when it's a Thailand person there.
You know why?
In
Like that?
Thailand.
Because she's that kind of girl. Because she's gonna assume Jody's something wrong. Because she is that kind of girl. She's a hoe.
She is a hoe, and Statler even said, like my shit don't stink. Like I got whoever I wanted,
Right.
and like, girl, let me give you a reality check. You are not all that in a bag. Like I've seen a lot of girls way prettier than you'll ever be, and like your bravado, like her bravado, everybody just like feigns at my existence, and like I can get whoever I want. Like go fuck yourself. I'm sorry,
Well,
I don't like girl on bed. I don't.
But you can get whoever you want if you're really not particular about who you're going to sleep
and
with.
that's why you run through people, and that's why you have 8 million notches on your bedpost. But whatever, we'll get there.
I mean, but face it, if a woman wants to go out and have sex, it's going to happen. If a man wants to go out and have sex, it's less likely to happen.
I don't know. So all right, so after the Valentine's Day treasure hunt went south, and then Statler was telling her with her bullshit name. It's not even her name, whatever. Like, who cares? It's not even her name. Statler's not her name, by the way. If you didn't know that, it's not.
Wait, what?
It's not her name.
It's not?
Oh, you weren't here last week.
No, and you know what's crazy? Remember you called it, man. Remember the very first show we did about this, and you said like, what kind of a name is Statler? Like that sounds too good together. Like they have weird names. And remember you said that?
Yeah, I do.
Are you a psychic, Yates?
I actually,
you got something.
No, it runs in my family. But whatever. I'm not gonna try to pretend to be like Chloe or whatever. But like the inner eye. My grandmother had the gift, and it doesn't matter. That's not what this is about. So, and Brooklyn, did you know that Statler's mother is the mayor of a Texas town for like 20 years?
Right now.
Yeah.
Yep. You missed that.
Her mother is the mayor of like a Texas town for like the last 20 years.
I can't.
And that's why they don't show pictures of her family.
Yes.
Everything's blurred out because
Yes.
yeah, Statler's not her real name. It's all a ruse. Like
Okay,
the
so
show.
hold on. If your mom is the mayor and your family doesn't want, whatever, it's still your face. You can't change your name. 1 million people know you from the town. Wendy, right? Wendy?
No,
Wendy,
well, listen, like
Wendy, do you remember that first show? He literally said that. Okay, listen. The first show, he goes, "That's not her name. It cannot be her name. That's a made-up name." And I'm like, "No, her name is Statler." You have to go watch it because I don't even think you remember saying.
No, I do. I do.
You said to me, "That can't be her name." I said, "Yeah." You said, "No, it's not." And then you said, "What kind of names are these?" And we started making fun of them. And you're like, "Whatever. It's not her real name anyway."
Yep.
But here's the thing. I could go on TV with a fake name. 1 million people know who I am in New York. Well, not 1 million, but you know what I mean. It takes one person to say, "Oh, that's so-and-so."
I will take that off like in front of
Yeah,
them.
Lizzie Pop.
But listen, like, yeah, like, no, like, I'm an empath.
I am curious.
It runs in my family, like it does, like but like I don't want to make this about that because John Yates
No,
saying
but-
he's this, that, and the other.
But
But
how
like,
did we find this out?
it's intuitive.
I am.
I
shook.
don't. Oh no, Starcasm did a whole article about how Statler's mom is some mayor of some town in Texas, like for the last 20 years, and Statler's not her real name, and that's why Statler can't show pictures of her family.
Wow.
That's why everything's blurred out because like they don't want to be part of this bullshit. So there you go.
Wow.
Okay. We gotta relocate. The battery's going dead.
Uh-oh, we're losing Wicked.
No, we're not. I just gotta plug it in. Oh, hold on.
Super interesting. Do we know the real name?
No,
Wow.
I don't.
Okay. All right. We're all set.
And I wouldn't even say it if I did because I don't want her mom to get like affected by it.
Wow.
There we go. Okay, hold on. I had to resituate. There we go. All right.
Shelly, you're all too sober for me. But yeah, like, I can usually call a spade a spade. But so, the scavenger hunt, Valentine's Day thing went south. And then, like, we see like Statler on the couch. Her name's probably Susan.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll call her Susan from now on.
Okay.
Susan was like laying on the couch, like, and like, Dempsey was like, I'm going to work, and she's like, okay, bye. And Dempsey is saying like, she wants to see what's gonna happen. So when Dempsey comes back from like work, toiling the fields of her like, farm or like, whatever she has, Statler, Susan, is I'm just gonna call her Susan from now. It'll piss her off. Susan, it's probably her real name, by the way.
But
I don't know what her real name is, but I'm thinking
if
it's Susan.
Dempsey wanted to come here, she doesn't need a visa to visit like from other countries.
I don't think Dempsey wants to come here at all.
No, I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, they don't have to do a 90 days thing. I mean,
Right.
she's from England.
She can do a tourist visa.
Yeah, exactly. But
Interesting.
Dempsey
Oh,
is
I'm so
doing
sorry, Nikki.
all this work on her land. Like, she has the bar, like, she's making like
Statler has nothing going on and wants to infiltrate every aspect of her Dempsey's life.
So they come back and like Dempsey's like, listen, let's let's put a pause on this. Not a pause, but like, let's live in the moment.
Let's take a
and
breath.
enjoy our time together while we're here. And then we'll see how things work out. Last week she told her, you know what? If you want to move here, move up the road.
Right.
And Susan Statler is like, what are you doing? We've been talking for 7 months. Like I'm like we should know each other better than that, and I want to move here. And like, no wonder why Susan Statler's ex was like, "You're moving too fast, bitch. Go away." Because this is what she does.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, Statler even reached out to one of her friends who I think also had a weird name. And the friend was like,
Was it
like,
called? Was her name called Xerox?
no, it was started with an N.
It was
But anyway,
Xerox. We'll call her
we'll call her
Xerox.
Xerox. But her friend's like, maybe she was hurt because she did find out that you had spoke with your
Oh, it's Sarah. Is that her name?
it was Sarah. Okay. I thought it started with an N. But she's like, slow down a minute. Like, you're like, hi, I'm Statler. I love you. Do you want to get married?
Too much.
Too much.
And even if you know that person is the right person for you, like, you met her a hot 3 seconds ago in person, and people are different in person than they are, on video chat or, conversating.
For knowing someone
You're with this person day in and out.
Yeah, I agree, Wicked. Like, you know somebody in person for 5 days and you're asking them to move into their trailer? Are we
Or caravan.
I don't care if you talk to each other for like 7 months or 7 years. Like, you're meeting this person for the first time, like face to face. You don't know how people are. Like, Lord, trust me, I've talked to people online, and like, you see how they are, and like, I'm like, oh my God. But like, Statler, Sarah, Susan wants to move in because her lease is expiring, and that's your excuse.
Why only sleeps with people and doesn't have relationships. This is
and
what
like, you are rode hard and put out wet, and like,
Yeah.
girl.
Guarantee you she's done this in every relationship she's ever had.
And then she tries to play the adoption card as a last resort. And bitch, don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. And that's why I said wait on that, because,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm adopted. Nobody loves me. And listen, like, you had a...
mean, somebody did want you more than anything.
Exactly. You had a birth mother who loved you enough to know that she couldn't give you a life, gave you... We don't know why she gave her up for adoption, but she made the choice to have her. And then, she wants to say, it doesn't look like she had like a horrible childhood.
No.
No way. No way.
And it appears that her birth family or her...
Wait, Brooklyn, go ahead.
I'm sorry. She probably has a couple horses. You know what I'm saying?
Being in Texas.
Yeah.
Probably not far-fetched.
She's definitely a rich girl from a rich family. Her mother's the mayor. Now I know that. Forget it. Now I see the whole picture clear.
For 20 years. And like, her mother has clout for being the mayor of a Texas
You got
town.
it. She's probably
For 20 years. And I'm sorry, you're not some like adopt again. And again, I had to go through the system for a bit as a child. Like, my mom killed herself. Yeah. Like, I had my grandparents raise me. I was in foster care for a hot fucking minute.
Yeah.
And like, you don't get to play that card as a weapon. Yeah. Just like I got mad at Tanya years ago for playing her like, but you don't get to do that. You had a good upbringing, like Statler, Sarah, Susan, and like now, like, you are trying to trap Dempsey because, and like that, and you could tell it. That's the Why didn't she mention the adoption, that being an issue when she first met her, and saying, "Listen, I'm adopted and I've always had these issues, whatever," but you only use it as like a ace up your sleeve as a last resort. No, bitch, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
And you're horrible. You're a horrible. I can't stand Statler. And no wonder why her mother, the mayor, and her family wants nothing to do with this show because
Yep.
she is an embarrassment.
Definitely.
Single white female Statler, embarrassment. My lease is running up in 30 days, so I want to move here, but I hate your farm. I hate the cold water. I hate everything. And I have a backup lined up. No, bitch. Not
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I just,
That's
and
pretty much the picture I see now.
and then Dempsey.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I get mad at this stuff because I've been through I
Right.
wasn't my mom didn't give me up, but like she killed herself. I don't know what's worse, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Right.
But like, I've been through the cycles of, being in courts as a child and
Yeah.
and for her to play, I was adopted, love me. I just don't know what I'm doing at the end of it to try and get her back so she would hug her. There is nothing lower
if
than
she
that
adopted
in my
as an
eyes.
infant,
Nothing lower than that. She was just trying to because she knew she fucked up and
Mhm.
she was trying to
She was
fish,
getting pity.
fish
She wanted pity.
like fucking Misha and Nicola, fish her back in with anything she could do. And no,
Well, she was adopted as an infant.
an infant.
Not like
She had a good life.
She had a really good life now, and that I know where she was.
yeah. And I mean, Statler, she even admits it's like go, 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 go. Where Dempsey, I think she does realize that she's a little bit more chill. And so, like John said, can manipulate the situation.
Yeah.
But I'm glad Dempsey kind of stuck to her gun, so to speak, and let's just see where this goes.
Dempsey's
Without
a
saying,
really
with me,
girl.
get the hell out of my house.
Listen, they met for 7, they were talking for 7 months. Great. She flies to England. Okay, great, right? They want to meet for the first time. And then she drops this bomb on on Dempsey and the dad. Like, well, my lease is up in a month and I want to move here. Bitch, we don't know you. Are you kidding me? No.
Can I have a background check on you, please? I need an FBI check. Something.
I'm still intrigued at the fact that you go on a show that's one of the #1 cable network shows, and your mom is the mayor, and your family doesn't want it. So what do you think changing you're not wearing a fake face? What is changing
the
your
thing is,
that
her whole family knows it's they're friends. The mom's a mayor, right? It's so she's influential. And I'm not saying her mom's the mayor of Dallas.
The guy that works at the street corner can tell.
Right. Her mom's not the mayor of Dallas. Her mom's the mayor's of some smaller town.
But still, to be a mayor for 20 years,
people know who she is, and then you have to deal with that.
Wow.
And I feel bad not only for Dempsey and Dempsey's dad, but everybody on Statler, Sarah, Susan, Sam's side who has to deal with the fallout of her of this person saying I was adopted. What do you think how do you think that makes your mom and dad feel when you're saying I was adopted, no one loves me? What do you think that does to your adopted family that took you in?
Didn't think
I have a lot of feelings about this. I'm sorry.
You know what? I didn't even think of that angle. You're on national TV and you're telling the girl, I'm sorry I'm acting like this. I'm adopted. Meaning your bad behavior is due to you being adopted when these people gave you a beautiful life. How sad.
A beautiful life, an amazing life. And you're making it seem well, because I'm adopted, I'm ruined. Right? That's your angle, Statler? That's your angle.
Mother, I would be like, can I ask you a question, honey?
What a horrible fucking thing to say.
Caroline Grace Riley is Statler.
Stop it.
That's
Caroline.
Her name?
Carolyn, not Caroline. Carolyn Grace Riley is Statler.
She's a Carolyn.
I just get mad at this beautiful family that took her, adopted somebody as an infant, whatever.
Days old infant.
and like an infant. So for all
Day
Statler,
old?
Caroline Grace
Yeah,
Statler, or
old.
whatever her name is, like, you know, those are her parents. Those are her parents that gave birth to her. And like, you're gonna like play this adoption card. Like
Right.
there is, oh my God, for all the people that have really been adopted by like people who are like, you know, down the road, like, you know, you are blessed to get adopted by an infant as an infant. You are blessed to have lived the life of a normal family. Blessed.
Agreed.
Right. I mean, she didn't know another life
There
other
are people in this
than with
system
this
for
You're
their
family.
saying
whole
one
life.
day, Wicked, they wanted that baby horribly.
Right.
If you're saying one day, they ran to get that baby.
It just, you know, I didn't look at it the way John is saying, where, you know, but I understand what you're saying. Mickey!
Thank you, Shelley.
Can I say?
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Shelley. That
That's
means a
for
lot.
John, right? Because I'm going to start to think it was because of my beautiful voice. So just let us know.
No,
I
you
just
should have
get
seen her
annoyed
previous.
because I
Can I say
see.
one
Find
thing?
her previous comment. She said, "Y'all, this live right now is why John Yates has subs. John Yates, Brooklyn, Wicked
said that?
Wisdom, Fabulous Trio." Shelley, keep it going.
Oh,
Aw. No, but
Thank
you know
you
what? I
all.
want to say one thing. I appreciate all of you so much because that's like the 5th comment that I read saying that this is a great live and the 3 of us together are awesome. And I have to tell you, it's
Thank
because
you.
we get along so well and it's just natural. And we really do like each other and care about each other. So
Yeah.
thank you very much.
no, we do. You know,
We
I
do.
know it's been like a.
And we can disagree and still be friends.
I
And I
want
wanted to say
us to
one
all
thing,
disagree.
Wicked. I think this,
Nobody wants to watch 3 people all agreeing with each other. Like
Yeah.
it's
True.
boring.
well, like
Nobody
that's why,
wants.
yeah, we're being truthful to ourselves. Like that's what it is.
But like I can't sit here in good faith knowing how I was ran through the system. And like, listen, you know, my childhood is not great, but like I was still raised by people that love me at the end of the day, and I'm not
Right.
going to make it seem like I have it worse, or, you know, thankfully, even when I was in the system, like my family always got me. A lot of people, most people aren't lucky enough to be in my situation, like where like my grandparents got me, you know. But like when she played that adoption card, and like, you know, that really just ran through me the wrong way. And I like, if she was, if Sattler, Susan, Caroline, Joanna, whatever her fucking name is, was in front of my face, I would have punched her lights out. Like I would have, because like, you know, it's just somebody else trying to use like
Right.
playing a card that they shouldn't be playing when you had
Right.
it good. You had it good.
Wicked, you know how a second ago you said, I didn't think of it the way John is saying it?
Uh-huh.
Well, neither did I. And I think maybe you and I didn't think of it the way John thinks of it is because you and I luckily haven't gone through anything like
Right.
that. And John has. And when you see somebody who is taken into a great family, obviously your mom's the mayor, and you probably have everything in the world, including a lot of love and people to sit at a Thanksgiving table with and all the things that come with it. And then you get to a fight with your girlfriend and you use that as
It's
your,
horrible. That there's
Yeah.
nothing fucking
Yeah.
lower in my books. I'm sorry. Like there's nothing lower.
yeah.
And she's you
Well,
know,
what is
and
it?
she's trying to do that to trap and, you know, gaslight and manipulate her. And that her playing that adoption card, oh my God. Like I wish nothing but the worst for her. Like, you know, this
Well,
woman,
they're not. They can't.
she is just a horrible human
Yeah,
being
that
trying to trap Dempsey like that. And I have all like I like Dempsey a whole lot, and I'm so grateful that Dempsey has the good support system with her dad where she can see through that
Yeah.
bullshit and
Yeah.
not like get roped into it, because it's very easy for this woman to play like, oh, no one ever loved me, I was adopted, and
Yeah.
fake cry like she did on that live
Yep.
on the episode tonight. And I was fuming every second of that. That's why I say this for last, because I knew I was going to lose my shit, which I'm doing right now, but it's deserved, because I knew that, like, I knew what she was doing, and I knew it wasn't right, and like it and she's an old tired lesbian who just wants to like attach herself. She's like a virus, and she wants to attach herself to another host because that will make her feel better. I'm sorry. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't like her.
You know how old she actually is?
No. Wendy, our girl, Wendy.
How old is she?
I thought she was in her like 30s.
I was going to say 31, 32.
I thought she said 32
Probably
during
so.
the episode. Like, I'm 32. I
She
thought,
better feel
you
good
know.
about herself. That's all I have to say. If she wants to.
I mean, you know, why does she 33? So why does she think that? I mean, being married is hard work.
Yeah.
You know, why does she think that this is just going to be the cure all and she's going to instantly find love?
Right.
It just, you know, it just, I don't know.
Well, I'm curious to see how that one plays out. I really am, because by the way, if you're with somebody and you know it doesn't feel right, but you feel guilted into staying with them, or you feel bad for them, or you pity them, it will never work out.
But like, okay, again, you know, Dempsey's like, you know, let's take it slow, and she's like, what are you talking about taking it slow? Like, we talked for 7 months, like that, like 7 months talking online is the end all be all of, like, you know, relationships. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And you met her for now, like, you're on your 10th day together, and like you want to move there because your lease is running up.
Why don't you think
she's? You use, not only does she use her lease for him, oh, feel bad for me because I guess I'll be homeless because my lease is running up. No, bitch, you can extend it or move somewhere else. But then she says, oh no, I'm adopted. No one loves me, and you're not going to love me either. Oh my God, so wrong.
Horrible.
It's so wrong on every fucking level. Every level.
Imagine how all the adopted kids in the country feel watching that.
And thank you.
As if they're scarred somehow because they were adopted and they don't have love.
You know what, Brooklyn? The difference is, like, most adopted kids are so grateful and appreciative of, like, you know, the families that took them in, you know, and like they gave them a chance, and not Statler, Susan, Caroline, Susan, Brienne, whatever her name is.
One of my favorite shows on TLC was the one with the guy that did the adoptions in search for their biological parents. And every time he would go to the adopted person's house, they would say, I'm not angry with my adopted mother. She gave me the biggest gift ever, the gift of life and an amazing family. And they would say it all the time, like it's a selfless act. And it's sad for someone to use it when they want to use it for pity.
As a weapon.
Right.
And that's why what I was saying, like, she did have, you know, her birth mother loved her enough to bring her into this world.
That's right.
Her adoptive family loved her enough to adopt her.
And could you imagine all the people watching the show who, like, never got adopted?
Right.
And they had to watch this bitch sit here and say, I was adopted. No one loves me. Yep. Like, could you, the hubris, like the unmitigated gall that fucking Statler, Susan, whatever her name is putting out there? Because, you know, what kind of message does that send to people?
Right.
Like, oh,
she's an idiot.
Like,
and you, she has a pretty face. If she wasn't so pathetic and deranged, she would be prettier. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She is, like someone said it earlier, like stage 5 clinger.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she should blame Swanson for like all those turkey, all those chicken TV dinners that she's eating. Maybe
I'm telling you,
that got her head wonky.
Get her a pot pie.
I hope to God that Dempsey just throws her to the curb and like moves on, because from what I see about Dempsey, she's smart, sophisticated, runs a business, runs a farm. like has like expectations and wants to succeed, and how I see it as Statler just wants to attach herself to anyone and anybody. This bitch talked to her ex-girlfriend when she was about to fly in, because if Dempsey didn't work, I'll at least be with her.
Backup plan.
And let's not forget the fact that the ex dropped her for moving too fast.
Yep.
Right.
Backup
like-
plan.
Statler is
Defense
going
rest.
to Statler is going to love the first person who loves her back and like,
Right.
okay, let's get married. And
Yep.
she somehow thinks that, it's
Yep.
gonna solve everything, and it's not.
Nope. I just hope if I see Dempsey and Statler together, like I hope Dempsey gets away from her. I really do. I really do.
Can't wait to see how this one plays out.
Okay. All right.
All right, got through them all. I'm pretty proud of us tonight. We did good.
We did good. This was awesome.
And I
Where
have
we
to
stopped with Dempsey.
people for watching us and dealing with us.
It is appreciated.
Always.
Are we coming back tomorrow for OC?
I don't know. Probably.
Yes, no, maybe night off. We don't know.
I had to watch it. And like, I'm sorry, like, I didn't think I was gonna get that carried away with like my whole like soliloquy about like, Statler, but like it just really.
No, I'm glad you did.
It
Well,
really
you use some great words.
burned to me.
Soliloquy and you got like your dictionary.
Well, I do have a few degrees.
Well, we know.
So- but I'm sorry, like I knew I was. That's why I saved her for last, because like I was just. You should have heard me and Cody. Well, when me and Cody were watching this, and I'm like, I said a lot of unsavory things about her. If you thought I was rough right now, you should have heard what I was saying when we were watching it. But yeah, and like I see, I looked at her IG and people were like, "Oh, Statler, like, you were adopted. I get, whatever."
Yeah.
But yeah, so probably tomorrow night
Okay.
for OC.
Wendy H was asking about, did you see the comment about Heather McDonald?
I did, Wendy, and like,
Okay.
wait, I have like my Heather. I found something for you. I'm gonna post this in my story. About her talking about me on Juicy Scoop. Not a crotch shot. Hold on, let me find what I'm looking
Oh,
for.
come on.
What, you want a crotch shot?
We're getting
There you go. There you go. There's a crotch shot for you. I'm sorry I'm wearing jeans. But I wanted to show you this, Wendy, because I saw your comment. But no, I don't want to leave. Cancel.
Oh.
Oh.
My little lanyard from the last time we hung out with Heather at her comedy show at the City Winery in Manhattan. So
How fun.
I had to find that for you. But yeah, I love Heather, and she's a good friend. And if you're not following Heather McDonald and the Juicy Scoop, you should. She really covers mostly Bravo, and like more current events, like Britney Spears type stuff. Like she really doesn't dip into the TLC pool all that much. But I know that Heather is a big. She loves Sister Wives. I think Wendy, the last time she talked about me is when I had my paid interview. And then prior to that, it was like the Snowdens on.
And what did she say?
What?
What'd she say?
Well, I think I posted a couple of clips of Heather talking about me on my Instagram page. But Heather is super cool, and she always has the scoop. That's why she's a Juicy Scoop. So that's her podcast, Juicy Scoop with Heather. And everyone, make sure that you follow Heather, because she's funny as hell, and I'm lucky to to know her in a way that most people don't. So she's a great girl and she's so funny. And but I had to pull this out for you, Wendy. So I could show that to you. But yeah, so oh Lord, 2.5 hours. So thank you everybody for being here tonight.
Thank you. It was a fun live.
It was
Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
So I guess we'll be live again tomorrow night for Orange County. And I guess Teddy will be here. So, and then get one more time before we end this live. It's 12:01. Well, happy birthday again to Addie and Ellie and Teddy.
Happy birthday. Yes,
happy birthday officially to you now. So there you go. It's your birthday right now, Teddy. So happy birthday. And happy birthday to ya.
Happy birthday.
So thanks for being here, guys. We love you and good night. 2.5 hours. Gotta go.
Good night.